And hello, man. Puberty is still in full effect as I recover from whatever plague I had this last week. But hello, everybody, on this amazing Friday. I hope everyone had a great week, and I hope everyone's about to have an even greater weekend. We're going to get my weekend kicked off here with a playthrough of One Deck Dungeon. This is one of those classic little solo games. I say classic, I mean... anything that came out more than 5 years ago in board games feels like classic. When the heck did this get released? This was released by Asmodee, not to be confused with Asmodee, because that's not confusing at all. This was released by Asmodee Games in, I don't know, some time far in a land far, far ago. There's no copyright anywhere on here. You know what? I should plan out what I'm going to say when I start these videos, because I start the videos, I really don't know what I'm going to say, and then I'm like, oh, that'd be a cool little piece of information to have, and I don't have it. So, I don't know. It was produced in probably 1872 is my my educated guess. Eggers Pekka says, hello to you, sir. I'm trying something new with the lighting and the camera and the exposure and trying to override my camera's really annoying auto exposure thing, which is still happening a little bit. We'll see. I feel fairly confident that we'll be able to get this thing off. This is a truer color than I've had in quite a while. So hopefully this is a sign of good things to come. Joey8172 himself says, howdy, sir. Hope you're doing well in whatever rodeo you are howdying me from. Man. Problem with living through construction is that everywhere I look, I did see projects. I'm like, oh, that's new. Sorry. There's stuff happening. There was no construction in my basement. At least there wasn't supposed to be. And then, a well-meaning electrician dropped a filing cabinet into my wall. And guess what? Filing cabinet 1, wall 0, and now that's a new project within a project, and in my basement, and I don't like that. This is my space. The construction was supposed to be upstairs. Don't mess with my space. So Mike James says it looks great, Greg. Thank you, Mike. Let's get this thing started. I'm yammering. I was going to try to do a doubleheader today with a playthrough of Outriders, Set a Watch using the Outriders, thanks to Joey. And I just was like, with where my throat and my head have been at the last few days, that seemed ambitious. I was like, all right, let me rein that in. I'm going to do 6 playthroughs next week is the plan. I'm going to film my top 10 this weekend, which is the plan. And I'm going to somehow learn everything I need to know about Aeon Trespass Odyssey, so I can get that on the camera, get a live stream of that on camera and on the channel, like the third full week of May. I'm going to be away from on the second full week of May, so I'm getting a bunch of live streams done before I go, and then when I come back, we should be coming right back to Aeon Trespass Odyssey, which I am really intrigued by. I have read the rule book. I'm reading the Learn to Play now. I have read the errata and the FAQ. I've organized the box. Again, that was a review copy sent to me by Into the Unknown, and it is bananas. That is a very ambitious game. So we will see what I think about that in a couple of weeks. But yeah, wanted to get back to that. So this game is also ambitious in its own right. Not as big nor as epic, but super, super cool. And I very much like what it does and the puzzle it presents. I have found myself more and more appreciating these small box games as my basement fills up with these large, epic, huge lifts, things that are super time consuming to learn and master. It's nice to have these puzzles, man, and this simple deck of cards and 5 heroes that just I don't know. This thing does something really well, and I think if you've seen with like Black Sonata, I mean, I guess it goes back to when I learned Friday. It's like, oh, I like this, right? It's now tickling a different part of my brain, where I think that's just part of like my progress or my development. Progress is a loaded word. My personal journey as a solo gamer, where it's like I like to have that counterbalance. And I mean, Mike Delicios talked about this, like how he like really starts. He's grown to like simpler games more than he used to. That's definitely happening with me on some level, and I think that just is normal. And I still love my brain burners, but this is not necessarily not a brain burner, but it's not burning in the same way that some of these big boxes are. Again, the rules are fairly straightforward. The simple idea is we have this dungeon. This dungeon is going to have an array of, what do they call them? Traps? What's the word? What is the word? It has encounters. Some of the encounters are enemies. The other encounters are peril encounters. So combat encounters and peril encounters. The peril encounters are going to require us to try to evade some kind of trap that is coming at us in this dungeon. And then the combat encounters are facing us with some kind of enemy that we need to combat. As long as we survive, even if we take some wounds and lose a bunch of time, we will be able to get some kind of reward. That reward can be in the form, that's the tough word, Greg, of some experience that we could spend to level up. It could be an item that gives us, enhanced base, I want to say skills, but it's not stats. It gives an item that can give us some base stats. I'll use that. Or we can actually take it as a skill. However, we're limited as to how many items, how many skills we can have based on our level. Ultimately, we want to try to get up to level 4, where we can have 7 items and 5 skills. And meanwhile, as we go through this deck, once we get to the bottom of the deck, we reach some stairs. We have to go a level deeper into the dungeon. We have to go to the deck again. We go one more level deeper into the dungeon. We go to the deck again. At that point, we're now faced off against the big bad, who is the primary resident of this dungeon, who wants to kill us. So then we'll face off against them. If we have leveled up well, we will have a chance to take them down. So we're going to go as Hydra. I might try to do 2 of these big bads today. We'll see. It might be ambitious. If I lose horribly, then we'll just go at it twice. I think that is one of the benefits of not trying to do a double header today. Don't know how long this is going to take, considering I've never put it on the channel before, and it will be a little bit slower because I will try to add more teach elements since it's the first time I'm featuring it on the channel. Kanazu says, Aeon Trust Odyssey is great. I have finished Cycle 1, but it's too much for me to play solo. Interesting. Not Kanazu, have you played Madara? Because I'm wondering how it compares to that. Because Madara, I love. I really like Madara, but I was finding it too much to play solo, and I basically halted my campaign until I could, get 3 of my friends to play that game with me in full. Because that is a huge game. Looking at the recommended player count on BGG. Aeon Trust Odyssey does have it seemed much more bullish on playing 1 or 2 than Madara, which is like, yeah, you probably should play that 4. So I was hoping the mental overhead would be a little bit less onerous, but I've definitely heard comments from not only you, but also Sajid, who people will know from my comments if you've watched my videos before. He also seemed to indicate that playing at 1 is ambitious. So I'm a little worried about that. Mike James, speaking of large boxes, Isofarian Guard and Vindication all in delivered this week. Might sell off IG considering its current level of interest. IG. Oh, Isofarian Guard. I'm really interested in that one. I don't know. I don't think I know what Vindication is. So is that... Yeah, Vindication. Oh, Vindication is that the Mind Clash? Yeah, okay. That cause I always confuse vindication with perseverance. So I forget which is which. Um, so yeah, I don't know much of vindication. Isovariant Guard has definitely caught my attention. It's really been blowing up. I've reached out to the publisher. We'll see what they want to do. But yeah, that's a huge box. Um, and yeah, people seem to be really digging it so far. Joey says, "Is this game all female or just the characters you choose?" This game is all female, which it's kind of interesting and cool. Like I didn't realize that until it just kind of dawned on me. It's like, oh wow, like these are the heroes in the box. They are indeed all female. Every hero has a one-player side or a two-player side because again, you can play this co-op with a friend. I have not tried that. Not yeah, it is what it is. It's a nice little solo game. So yeah, they and the Mist actually does not come in the base game. Mix. I bought this secondhand at a marketplace. I don't know if it was a math trader actually bought it. I forget. It was one of those two at PAX Unplugged. And Mist was just in there. Mist is a promo hero. Mist, for those of you who might be like, that looks really familiar. She is a crossover from Aeon's End. So she is one of the characters in Aeon's End. And at some point, they did a crossover and made her into a fun little playable character here. I have actually not played with her yet. I do not plan to play with her today, considering she is a promo character. Not sure that's the best idea for the channel, but let's get this puppy started. I'm just going to randomize who I am here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I rolled a 2. We're going to be the archer, baby. Why not? Now the archer's base stats is 2 yellow, 2 combat, 4 agility essentially, which would be represented by pink dice, and then 2 magic, I think that is, which is represented by blue dice. Additionally, she has 5 health to start the game. She has an heroic feat. A heroic feat can be used in any kind of encounter except when you're up against the big bad at the end. And it says heroic feat. I can spend 2 time to roll 2 black dice or 4 time to roll 3 black dice. Now these are magic dice, so I guess I'm not sure what the blue is called. They don't make it super obvious, this rulebook. The rulebook was absurdly large, they basically told the rules in 2 different ways, which is like an interesting idea. A mana cost, I don't know. I don't know if there's mana. Maybe that's mana stat, I guess. I don't know. Because these are your magic dice. These count as wilds. They can count as any other color of die, which you'll see why that's important. So I can roll 3. Before checking any effects, I discard 1 of the dice rolled. That's an expensive heroic feat. I'm not really digging that very much. Heroic feats are the kind of thing, though, you do need to decide whether you're doing them before you roll dice. You cannot roll my dice and say, oh, I could really use another black die. Let me, take 2 more time. What do I mean by spending time? Well, spending time essentially is you're just having to take cards off the top of the deck, which is giving you less, which is hurrying you through the dungeon level, which again is spending your time. So it's actually mechanically and thematically, there's a nice little crossover there. There is a 1 skill here. This skill is if you lose only 1 health, I can spend a time instead. Prevent 1 health in each boss round. That's pretty cool. If I would lose only 1 health, spend the skills you can only use once a turn. So kiting. So if I can get down to only losing 1 health, I can spend the time. So there's a lot of stuff that's spending my time very aggressively here. I don't love that. And then this looks like it's just an automatic thing. I can prevent 1 health in each boss round. Again, these are the bosses, so that would be cool to remember that. Now, the skills will tell you what kind of encounters are useful in. So the kiting here says that it's useful in battle and combat encounters. However, the Eagle Eye can be useful in combat encounters or in peril encounters. So that's nice. Now, when we're saying we're limited to 2 skills, considering we're level 1, that does not include our heroic skill, nor does it include neither, nor, no. I don't know. Something was wrong with my English there, but that's fine. We're good. We're going to move on. We're going to say, so it will not include my, my kiting skill either. So we will see how we can start developing her up to be a wee bit stronger. And I think, yeah, we'll put her up here. I have the camera closer than normal, so just kind of seeing how this will fit on the camera. We'll come over here. Our turn reference card is very helpful. Kind of reminds us everything that's going on. Additionally, we're going to have this Hydra's Reef card. Since we're only in floor 1 of the dungeon, we are going to we're going to basically put the turn reference card there, and we're going to cover up the information that says floor 2 and floor 3. Now, what these do is they add certain hurdles in going against, again, Hydra. So when we have to do a peril encounter, in addition to the boxes that are going to be thrown at us by the card, there's also another box that's going to be added to all peril encounters. And then all combat encounters are going to have that pink 3 die. And then it says sticky surroundings. I can spend 1 extra time at the start. Oh, I have to spend 1 extra time at the start of each turn. Woof. Man, we're going to be spending time like crazy. What? The start of each turn, spend 1 extra time. That just seems... Is she's level 1? This is crazy. No, she's level 2. All right, I'm going to say, like... I've never played Hydra. I was like, something's wrong. Here's the dragon. Great, we're going to do level 1. We can do Hydra later. That's way too much time. So, never mind, we're going to have this. Hall of Statues, spent an extra 5 time before your first turn on each floor. Fine, that's more reasonable. So as we go down to different levels, we're going to have, these will stack. So when we have a peril encounter on floor 2, we're going to have both of those boxes to contend with. When we have a combat encounter on floor 2, we'll have both of those boxes to contend with. And then floor 3, we'll have all 3 of those boxes, and then all 3 of those boxes as well. So you can see how that gets harder and harder and harder, and how you need to level up in a way to kind of outpace the increasing difficulties that you're going to be facing as you go through the game. Additionally, as we get to additional levels, we will just get an extra magic die thrown in at every encounter as an encounter bonus, which is super, super helpful. And then we'll also have potions that we can deal with. I haven't really explored the potion strategy much. It seems a little bit not realistic to get too powerful, but we will start the game with 1 potion. The potion is represented by a white cube. Our starting potion here, it says during a combat encounter or a peril encounter, we can heal 3 damage from 1 hero at the start of a turn, or 2 damage anytime. Now, the anytime is going to be related to when we're in an encounter. However, the heal 3 damage at the start of each turn, at the start of a turn, we won't be in a counter at that time, but it's obviously a more efficient use of the potion. However, if we were going to take damage that was going to kill us, we could use the potion immediately to prevent our certain death, which is super nice. So we're not going against we're not going against Hydra. We're going against the dragon. So sorry about that confusion, but I think we got this all worked out. So I should be able to put this here. I think we're good. I think we're ready to go. All right, let me get this. Some weird lines. All right, cool. Vindications from Orange Nebula. Right. Wait, Orange Nebula they do Perseverance as well? No, Perseverance was Mind Clash. And Orange Nebula, I think they have Unsettled. The Unsettled series is them. That's that like space exploration. I'm very curious. Speaking of space exploration. Speaking of space exploration, I just played ISS Vanguard for the first time. That seems like it might be a really good solo game. I'm not impressed with it at 4 because woof. So I've only had 1 session with it. I'm hopeful that it will get better, but I am so far unenamored with it. And BGG does seem to bear out that it's probably not the greatest experience at 3 or 4. So it is what it is. With my game group, we're playing through it with 4 at this point, but I'm not sure how much longer that's going to last. We might be. We were going to alternate Vanguard and Frosthaven, and I think that might be quickly back to playing Frosthaven or Frosthaven with a side of Frosthaven. So we'll see. But I'm actually very, very interested in Unsettled, which is also by ISS Vanguard. And I have a friend that's getting the entirety of that coming pretty soon. Kanazu says, I have also finished X1 of Madar. It's more complex during dungeon phase, but ATO has much more going on between them. Interesting. Yeah. The dungeon phase in Madara is a lot, man. There's a lot of cards everywhere. Controlling those four characters can be really, really rough with all the bonuses and one-time abilities, and yeah, yikes. So I mean, it's probably good to hear. I think I can deal with that better. I don't know. We'll see. I'm still just started working through the learn to play tutorial book. I know they say you can do that first. I was like, I don't work like that. Like I literally read every word in the 82-page rule book, and now I'm going through the learn to play. And I went through like they have a PDF online to help you find what you need to find for the tutorial. Like the game is bananas, man. It's absolutely insane. But yeah, it's cool. Um, Ganazo, I'm curious if you went in for Act 2 and Act 3 of Madara. Act 1 has so much freaking content. I don't see myself ever going deeper. But again, that was also a review copy sent to me by Succubus Publishing, and really grateful to that. But it just wasn't realistic for me to have the time to really, if I finish Act 1, then maybe I'll get Act 2. Right? I saw your post mentioned. It's Joey says, I saw your post mentioned getting Frosthaven on the channel. How will you go about it? Starting from the beginning of the campaign and moving sequentially, or random levels? The only thing that I am planning to do on the channel with Frosthaven is going to be the solo scenarios. That just makes the most sense with me and my gaming group and whatnot. So as we start getting into level 5 and higher, I'll probably start cycling through the solo scenarios. I know there's like a lot of spoiler concerns, and the view count probably won't be amazing, so I am going to probably wait a bit longer for that, but I think that's going to be the best way for me to get Frosthaven on the channel. I put Jaws of the Lion on the channel a couple times back in the day, and didn't get much traction with those, and I don't want to commit to a full campaign of that magnitude. I think that'd be crazy. Although depending on how much I love Aeon Trespass, you might all be stuck with me putting that on the channel every other week for a while. So it is what it is. But anyway, I digress. Let's move on. All right. At the beginning of our turn, we are going to have to cheat. Well, at the beginning of our turn, we have to spend 2 time. Additionally, because it's the first turn on each floor, we have to spend 5 time against the dragon. So we're going through this deck pretty quick. So we're gonna have to discard. Beginning of our first turn at the first level, we're discarding 7 cards. So bye, use 7 cards, and I'll just start the discard pile down here. So 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Remember, the 2 of that was beginning of the turn, and 5 of that was because of the first turn at the first level. Now I can explore or I can enter a room. Well, we have no rooms that I can enter, so I think it's probably a good idea for me to explore. So we're going to put 4 cards out in front, just like that. Now we go to my next turn, because that turn was so exciting, we have to do something else. I probably could have zoomed this in a lot more than I realized, and I might do that at the end of the first floor. We'll see if we can kind of zoom this in on the fly real quick. So my end of my second turn, I'm going to spend, beginning of my second turn, I'm going to spend 2 time. 1, 2. Now I can enter one of these 4 rooms in front of me. I'm going to enter this room. Oh. He's hard. So I have an option where I can either enter this room, or I can flee and decide I don't want to deal with him. And if I flee, obviously nothing happens. I don't get any rewards, but I also don't take any damage. Let me explain how this works. Ultimately, this ogre is a 4 experience ogre. So 4 experience means they're generally pretty hard. As I roll dice, I can put dice on boxes. Now, if the box is big enough just to fit 1 die, it can only fit 1 die. It's pretty obvious. And the die I put there has to be a number equal to or greater than number shown on the card. So I couldn't put a 5 pink there. It actually has to be a 6. If the box is big enough to fit more than 1 die, I can put multiple dice. But again, the color matters. Also remembering that black dice are equal to any color. So going in against this ogre, we need a lot of yellows, of which I only have 2, but I could get 2 black dice. I mean, I could roll 3, but I have to discard 1, but that also cost me 4 time. Or I could get, and I need another yellow die from over there, so don't forget. Overall, this is just a terrible, terrible, terrible idea. I mean, his item is awesome. It gives me another yellow combat and a health. But I don't know, man. I just don't see how I would survive this roll. Or do I just, like, commit? I mean, I have 5 health to play with. I can heal 3 at the end of the round. It would be a very, very nice item for me because it would give me an extra health and it would give me a combat. But I mean, realistically, my dice pool at this point is 3 pinks, 2 yellows, 2 blues, and I can get 2 blacks. I mean, I would need to roll really good. Now, the blues obviously don't correspond to there, but you can see there's ways that you can form magic dice as something goes. But that would cost me 4 time. I mean, I'm tempted just to try to take him because that is a pretty sick. Now, by the way, to level up, I need 6 experience. That'd be 4. I think it's a little ambitious to try to deal with him now, so I'm going to not engage with him. But essentially, remember that cost me 2 time to enter that room, and it's just a wasted 2 time. All right, that would be too big of a battle to take on early. So let's see what else we can find. So I'm going to spend 2 time to go to another turn, and I'm going to enter this room. Now, if I wanted to re-enter this room later, I could, but it's going to cost me 2 time to enter it again, right? So 2 time to enter when it's unexplored, it's 2 time to enter it or not unexplored. It's 2 time to enter when it's open, 2 time to enter it when it's not opened. When it's open, though, you're opening it knowing that you're going to encounter it, right? So I've already gone through 11 cards, and I've gotten really nothing done. But again, I just now entered this room. Now, is this something I would like to mess with? Sure, that seems like a more reasonable thing for me to do. Plus, it would give me a yellow die as an item if that's the one item I want to take, which honestly, it probably is at this point. So the question is now, it's a peril encounter. On a peril encounter, I could choose, do I want to go with the easier thing up top, which usually is going to cost me extra time. So we basically came across a flame statue. I could try to disenchant the flame statue, which is going to require a test of 8. I think that's wait, it's combat. I wish I remember what the heck it is called. These values here. The yellow is combat. It is magic. So why are the black called magic dice? Are the black not called magic dice? Maybe that's what's messing me up. Heroic seal can add black dice. Can be discarded to make. Oh, they were heroic. Sorry, the black dice are heroic dice. All right, the blue dice are magic dice. So I could do a magic test of 8. If I fail, I lose 3 time and lose 2 health. Or I could do a agility test of 14, but if I fail, I lose 3 health and I lose 1 time. So ultimately, going for the disenchant option would be pretty bad because if I fail, I'm losing 2 health and I'm losing 6 time. Now remember, I could spend 2 time to get a black die. Rolling a 14 with 3 pink dice is not going to be useful. Now remember, the combat situation, you roll all your dice. In a peril encounter, you only roll the colored die that actually matches the encounter, including any heroic dice, which apparently are black because I just looked it up and that's what it said. That's not a bad skill either. It's not a bad skill. And it's a 3 experience card. It's really interesting. Haste would only work in combat. I will gamble a little bit. Let's see if I can't. Man, I'm going through so much of this deck so fast. This is going well. I really don't like her heroic feat. That's crazy, dude. Yikes. Just add a black die, 3 pink die, woof. I don't like that 3 time. I mean, I can almost like just take the hit. If I just take the hit of 3 health and I could just heal up, that almost might make the best sense, make the most sense of my situation here. So great. I'm gonna do the second thing. I'm gonna dodge them. So I'm rolling 3 pink dice. Remember, I have this over here, so I'm basically auto-failing this. There's no way around it. I think I'm not sure what. I'm not sure I think whether I take it as an item or a skill. I probably take it as an item, although I'm tempted by the skill. But I'm just rolling 3 pink dice. I rolled a 9, a 5, a 4, and a 2. I'm going to use a 2 to cover that. Now you notice that has a shield. That means that that has to be covered before I can cover any other boxes. So I cover this. I can't cover that. And now I'm going to take 3 damage. So I'm going to take 3 of these red cubes. And I have to spend a time. That's my failure for not covering that box. That's my penalty for not covering that box. Now I can take this card, and I will take it as an item. Let me get a 3rd yellow. So now my stat for combat is 1 higher. That's the end of that turn. At the beginning of my next turn, I'm going to spend my potion to heal 3 to get me back to full health. And now I'm going to spend 2 time, 1, 2, and we're going to enter here. Now note, I repeat, cannot do, I can't take any other items. That was the item I took. I can't take another item until I level up, but I can take some skills. This wouldn't be a skill. This would be a potion. This is a good thing for me. Yeah, I think I want to succeed at this one too. I think this should be doable unless I roll really bad, but you know, we all know me. So I'm going to use my heroic skill. I'm going to go 1, 2. That lets me roll 2 black dice. So 2 heroic dice are added to my roll. Plus I have the 3 pink dice over here. So remember, 1 black die needs to be thrown out. I'm doing the bottom one. So hopefully I roll at least a couple of good numbers. That should work. Now I have to throw out one of those black dice as part of my Eagle Eye heroic skill. So that's out, and now I need to get an 11, and we did it. So we have those 3 dice can go there. That equals 11. That die can go there. Again, I should have covered that first. It's fine. You get the point. That comes off. I'm going to keep this card for its experience. I really don't want that potion thing. I can't take another item. It doesn't have a skill on it. Now, you're supposed to slide those into the side. I find that really annoying, and the cards just start bouncing into each other. So I'm just going to put this sideways there, and I'm going to put a die number on it to indicate how much experience I have. When I get 4 more experience, I can level up. And I can indeed get 4 experience just by killing the ogre, but obviously the ogre would probably smush my face in if I tried to take him on right now. So I'm going to spend 2 more time. We're going to enter the last room I have out here. And we have this guy. He's not terrible, so he's ethereal. So immediately discard all 1s and 3s rolled. He's also 4 experience. And honestly, I don't like this. Yeah, that's not great. I don't have enough yellow dice. There's a really interesting skill. I just don't love it. I think I can take on ethereal. I don't want to flee again. And I think I'm going to spend the 4 time to roll 3 heroic dice and then just immediately level up so I can start taking more items and whatnot. I think that'll be super helpful. If I take any punishment here, it's fine. I'm going to get a potion as soon as I level up, right? So I'm going to spend 4 time. 1, 2, 3, 4. That gives me 3 heroic dice because of my Eagle Eye ability. I'm going to get these 3 combat dice I have, these 3 agility dice, and these 2 blue magic dice. I roll all of these up. Remember, I have to cover the shields first. We have a yellow 4 and a pink 4, and I also have to worry about this thing over here. That was a 3. Let me saw the... Joey says Joe's Lion videos got me to pick the game up. Nice. Kanazu said I have a game group waiting for more Madars, so I had to get it, but I don't mind. Just for the solo, I probably would not get more. Yeah, it makes sense. Phoenix Knight, what's up, Eric? I'm here now. It's time for everything to go to hell. Now, I think that's Mike Owen's effect on me more than anybody. Greg Bumstead at Watts, where everything else has gone to hell. Sorry, dude. I'm digging this game so far over. Yeah, I just felt like I needed more time. I wanted another playthrough with the Outriders, and this week has not been a high productivity week around solo playthroughs land. It's been rough, man. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Hold on one sec. And we're back. All right. What do we got going on here? I have this 5 and this 3, which are blue. We have the 3 magic dice. One of them gets thrown out because Eagle Eye is only so eagerly. We have these 2 5s and a 1. That 1 is kind of crappy. Oh, I didn't get a single. My yellow dice are garbage. That's super awesome. And by awesome, I mean really bad. Woof. Yeah, rolling a 2-2-3 with my yellow dice is not the thing that dreams are made of, kids. So I have to spend a 4 or higher to cover that shield. I have to spend a 4 or higher. I have to use a magic die. So that's super rough. Oh, I immediately discard all 1s and 3s rolled. Woof. So I have to keep this magic die. I rolled, oh, I'm going to die. 3 3s and 1 1. Wow. So Eagle Eye, before checking any other effects, well, if I knew the 3s were going to go away, I would have obviously gotten rid of the 3. So this is even more problematic. I rolled not a single 6, so that's about par for the course. I just need to do things to make sure I don't die, which is not great. I can't. I'm going to die. Yes, very dead. There's no way around it. Wow, this was a rough start. We're gonna reset this because yeah, I'm dead. I that was just a garbage roll. I didn't roll a single. I rolled a 2-2-3 with the yellows, which was basically the kiss of death. I mean, I can cover that. I'm gonna take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage, and that would kill me. I really don't like the archer. That is a really, a really bad thing. I just buzzed. I'm pretty sure it's my contractor. I don't know where my freaking phone is, so that's fun. Here it is. Yeah, Joey, just no worries, just playing. Yeah, man, dude, I wasn't taking it personal. Yeah, so I'm dead. That was a really, really not great start to this game. So we're gonna reset. So the nice thing about this game is resetting it is a breeze. And again, the easier your game is to reset, the less it bothers me if it has, the ability to absolutely smush me out the gate. But I really don't like this character. I've never played with them before, and I just find what they're doing to be tricky. So maybe it's an approach thing. I need to reconsider. I'm going to reconsider my strategies. You know what I need to do? I'm gonna zoom this thing in, so you guys can even see in more epic detail what happens when it goes wrong. We'll try that. Do. Oh, that's really close. That's super nice. Ooh la la. Who likey? I likey. All right, this goes here. This goes here. Hey, Archer, and your. Is that good? I think that will work. I think that might be the perfect size now. I'm hoping the 3rd floor will be used just for gaming. No need to cull games anymore. No. I can send you if you want to send a letter to Mrs. Playthroughs Philadelphia. Let's see what she wants to say about this idea. No, the 3rd floor is essentially a new primary suite for the Mrs. and I. So, and then it has a spiral staircase to our roof deck, which is awesome. And we're turning our second floor into 2 full bedrooms for foster kids. For those who don't know that story, we are foster parents for older youth, and we will turn our existing bedroom into a fully designated guest room slash office for Mrs. Playthroughs. So, Madi says hello, just in time for the reset. Great. Madi, I hope you are good luck, man, because that was a very sketchy start. But yeah, the Archer, man, you're just blowing through this deck. That heroic skill is rough. Um, yeah, and when you're rolling 2, 2, 3 with the 3 yellow dice, there is some fun dice mitigation capabilities in this game, but not a ton. And again, I didn't even do the thing. So I should have talked about it while we were there. During a combat, you can turn 2 colors, 2 dice of any color into a heroic die, but you have to use the value of the lower die. So it's a way to get some dice manipulation to help you out. All right, first turn, I'm going to have the Hall of Statues trigger because we're just going right back into this. So that's going to cost me 5 times, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, there's the nasty ogre that messed my life up. And then we're going to spend 2 more times to begin our turn to put out 4 face down dungeon rooms. Additionally, I'm going to make sure I get my potion because I'm probably going to need it. I'm going to spend 2 time, and we're going to flip one of these puppies over. That is not horrible. It gives me an extra agility. It has an interesting ability, or I can just take it for the 3 experience, which I probably am most inclined to do. Woof. I can take some damage. I don't know if taking another agility stat as an item probably doesn't make any sense, but it's definitely a thing that I can do. I don't think I want to leave. So I'm going to spend 2 time to use half of my heroic skill. So I'm rolling 2 black dice. Remember, I have to discard 1. I'm going to roll my 3 pinks, my 2 blues, and my 2 yellows. Now it has a dodge ability, so when I make a heroic die, I have to use 3 dice and not just 2. So we'll see how that works. All right, there you go. There's a few 6s. This is what I'm talking about. Look at me. 2 and a 5 and a 2 and a 4 and a 5 and a 4. Excellent. So, how are we going to do this? I need to cover shields first. There are no shields on this bandit over here. I'm more worried about time than I am anything else, but obviously the blue dice I can only use to make other dice. What's going to be efficient usage? Well, this 4 can go over here. This 6 can go over here. This 4 can go here. I can make this. Oh, and it's 3 dice for that. Oh, that's super annoying. Will I have 3 dice left? No. I mean, that would be a 2. Yeah, I can do that. I'm going to use these 3 dice to make a heroic. What's the point of that? There is no point to that, Greg. So I can use this 6 and this 2 to make an 8. And then I can use this 5 over here. So I've effectively covered all boxes except for 1. Remember, with kiting, I can spend a time instead of losing a health because I would only lose 1 health. So that's nice. And I just lose 1 time because that box is uncovered. So I don't take any penalties other than, again, I lost 2 time. 1 because I lost a time instead of a health, the other because of that time. And I think I just take this for the experience. I don't think that skill or that item are enough to justify me using up my limits on either. And I will put these down a little bit lower to make room for that. So we are up to 3 skill. We're going to go to my next turn. I discard 2 cards at the beginning of my turn. Again, that's every turn. You start going through this dungeon very, very fast. What is this? It is the Ice Elemental. Yeah. He's interesting. He's got some ideas. This comes back as well. He has a yellow 11, which I would need to cover. Before I encounter him, I would have to lose 3 time right off the bat. Plus, I'd have to spend another 4 probably for the eagle eye skill. He's giving me an agility and a health. Yeah, I don't love what he's doing. Probably that force. Even though I took it for the experience, that's not the most efficient way to level up. I only need 3 experience to level up, not 4. So I'm going to flee. I'm not going to encounter him. Next turn, I lose 2 at the beginning of my turn. We enter this room. Great. Peril encounters are probably a wee bit safer. What to do? Mine says, don't worry anymore. Your lucky viewer just arrived to watch. Tony, wait, what? That was quick. Unhacker 15 watching, only 7 thumbs up. Come on, people, thumbs up. I love One Deck Dungeon. Thank you, Mr. Unhacker. All right. I assume formalities are probably not unnecessary when you're talking to Unhacker. So, we're going to do the top option here. I'm going to spend 1 time because so it's an arrow wall. So I'm trying to use a magic shield. So I'm going to use the top option. So I spend 1 time to do the top option. I'm going to spend 2 more time to unlock Eagle Eye. So I'm rolling 2 black dice and my 2 blue dice. The 1 black die goes away right off the bat, and then we rolled very, very well. Didn't even need the black die, so that was a little bit of a waste. But we got that. We got no extra penalties. Now I can take this for its skill. I can take it for its its item. I think the extra combat will be helpful. It only had 2 XP on there, so not much to do. If it had 3 XP, I would very strongly consider the idea of leveling up. I'm going to spend 2 time, beginning of my turn. We're going to enter here. It's another item. Woof. Oh, that's interesting. Man, that item would have been better because it has the health too. It has the health too. All right. I think I try to do the bottom and then I just do the level up. And I have no skills, which is that skill is interesting. I can change 1 or 2 of my pink dice into heroic dice at the same time. Actually, that could be great against him. Sure, we'll try that. So I'm going to do the bottom option. I'm going to spend 4 time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because I'm using heroic eagle eye, so I can roll 3 dice. Plus, since I'm doing the pink challenge, so again, I came across a boulder. I'm trying to run past it before it smushes me, obviously. So I'm rolling 6 dice. 3 are black. Eagle eye means I discard 1 of these. And now we can see if I can get up to 14. Additionally, I need to put a 2 on there. So this will work out well. So I had to do that for the peril encounter. And then we had, does this equal 14? It does equal 16. So I ignore all those problems. And I'm going to take this and put this here. Now, skills you can only use once a turn. So you have to be aware of that. I'm buzzing. It's not my contractor. All right, we're good. We're going to now spend 2 time to encounter the ice elemental because I'm trying to do something crazy. I'm going to spend the... Oh, man, I'm like aggressively going through cards right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to spend 2 time to do just half of Eagle Eye. So I'm rolling 2 black dice. I'm rolling 2 blue dice. I'm rolling 3 pink dice, and I'm rolling 3 yellow dice, because remember I added to my stat for combat. Now I have this new skill, so I can turn 2 of these pink dice into black dice right off the bat, and that will be super awesome. Let's see if we can't take. Oh, and before the encounter, I have to spend another 3 time. So very much going through this deck very quick, and I think this will be useful just to level up. I'm not going to take that skill. I can't take another item. I'm already leveled up there. So this should be enough just to hopefully take him down. All right, the 2 goes away because of my Eagle Eye skill. I rolled a 5-2-2, so I'm absolutely smushing it with the yellow dice today, as you can see. We have a 5-2 with the blue dice. The blue dice. I don't know what blues is, but you know it's a thing. And then we have the 5-2-2. That's crazy. That's a freaky roll, dude. I rolled 9 dice. I have 4 2s and 5 5s. Most excellent. Now remember, I have this critical strike skill. I can turn 2 of these pink dice into heroic dice of the same value. So I have a bunch of 5ers. We're doing a combat encounter, so I have to worry about this box over here. I have to put a number of dice equal to 11 before I can consider doing anything else. So I will, this pink, this blue are useless. So I'm going to actually turn those 2 dice into a heroic black die. And then I'm going to spend, woof. Yeah, it's a lot of 5s. Then I'm going to spend that 11 to cover up that, because there's no real other use for them. I have a 5 which can cover up this. It's heroic. I have this 5 can cover up this. This 5 can cover up this. And this 5 can cover up this. Would lose 1 health. Instead, I'll spend a time. I spend a time for that. So I have successfully taken down the Ice Elemental. I'm going to put him over here. I'm going to spend this 7 experience, put it in the discard pile to immediately level up. And so I am now level 2. When I level up, I can now have 3 items and 3 skills. Again, I only have 1 item and 1 skill, so that's a pretty significant upgrade. And I get another potion immediately. Additionally, during every encounter, I get a black die added to my roll. That's separate from Eagle Eye, so I will have to roll Eagle Eye first, or I'll have to roll them separate to make sure I know what is coming from what, just to keep it. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I can't figure out how the skills would work otherwise, but you'll see how that all plays out. All right, Chad Fox just got Zeds. Lost bad. On Basic, you were right. It's a fantastic game. Thanks for the awesome videos. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I've said before, if I do nothing else but introduce Zeds to more people, I feel like I accomplished something with this channel. Nice. I should table this again. How far along are we? Well, we are on take 2. And we are just about to finish the first level. So we just leveled up. I have 2 potions, haven't taken a damage yet. Feel pretty good about some of the things we've accomplished. Not sure I'm playing the archer right, because woof, does she eat through this deck. So I have to spend 2 time to explore. So 1, 2, 3. There are obviously no more cards. Now, at the end of a turn, if this card is revealed by spending a time to start a turn, I can descend immediately. I would not like to descend. I think I want to see one of these things. However, notice when you have to spend time, I can't spend time. So, when visible, place a damage token here for each time spent. Each time there are 3 tokens here. Place 1 on a hero and remove the other 2. So, I'm going to spend 2 time at the start of a turn. I just put 2 damage there. And I'm going to enter this room. Is this something I can do? Indeed, I think it is. All right. I remember the problem with, as soon as I descend, everything gets harder. And like, I'm sorry, if I can see a way, even if it costs me a damage, just to get like an extra stat to do something useful. Remember, I need 8 experience to level up, by the way, so there is also that happening. I mean, I get +1 encounter bonus on level 2, so I have a black die going in. If I do Eagle Eye, I can take a damage, but I can get another black die. And then I could roll 3 pinks, or I could take another damage and roll 2 blues. 3 pinks and 2 black dice is not great. I'm going to need to roll fairly well. I do have these 2 potions. So I'm not loving the math of all of this. If I fail, it's not great. I mean, if I roll just that, I fail, it'll be 3 damage. And, man, that's a big roll. With just 3 dice. It'd be 3 damage. Yeah, I don't want to fail. That skill is actually really nice. I get to spend a pink to get 2 yellows. Yes, please. Yellows are super important for combats. Alright, I think it's worth trying to get this done. I could spend 4 time, which would take 2 damage, but I should like guarantee myself a success if I do that. And 2 damage isn't awful. Yeah, actually, I've gone very enamored with that skill. 4 time, 2 damage, 2 time, 1 damage, but then what's the chances of that? So I would basically need, I say, 1 thing getting wasted over there, and then I would need to average a 3.5 on the other 4 dice, which, if you've seen me roll, is not great. If I do that, I need to average under a 3. I think I take the 4 time, I do the 2 damage. So again, 4 time, every time I place a cube there, instead, if it's a 3rd cube, it comes damage on me. And now there's no cubes here. Remember, I have the 2 potions, so I'm spending those a little bit liberally. So I'm going to do my Eagle Eye skill. Oh, I rolled a 1-1-2. Woof. One of the ones goes away. So those are rolled, and now I'm rolling the rest of my dice. Thank God the pinks rolled well. Woof. All right. There we go. So I probably could have done away with, did not really need the skill because I rolled a 1-2-2 on the black dice, but I can put that over there. I can put this here. We successfully did not take any more damage, and I'm going to take this as a skill. Remember, I get that extra black heroic die in all encounters, regardless of peril types or combat types. So I have 2 skills now and 1 item. At the beginning of my next turn, oh, I could keep going. Oh, yeah. Why not? I'm going to take 2 time to go start another turn. That's an interesting dude. That, even if I get 5 yellows, I don't love my chances against him. So I think I flee and we just move on. Discard any number of value 5 dice, get that many 6 yellows. That's really awesome. I could use that in peril, so I guess I can turn that into 6 yellows and then turn those into heroic, I guess, if I have at least 2. I don't know. That's funky. Yeah, this ogre again, I think is not going to happen. So I'm going to flee him, and we're just going to choose to descend. So when we descend, these get cleared off. We reshuffle this. This moves down. So to all combat encounters, we add a blue 5 box, and to all peril encounters, we add a gray. I should have said this before. Gray boxes can be filled with dice of any color. So that's a gray 6 box. So we're going to The second level, baby. Let's go deeper into this dungeon. And we are going to want to get some more items quickly because my stats are pretty pathetic for going into the second dungeon. But I kind of like my skills. I mean, essentially, if you're using the backstab ability, again, which can be used in combat encounters, I can turn 1 pink die and roll 2 yellow dice. So essentially, my stats are, in some ways, 5-2-2. That's still a little bit imbalanced. I really need to get more items quickly, and ideally, I get an item that gives me some health cushion as well, because 5 health is not a lot when you're up against the boss by any means. So the first turn on a new level, we have to discard 5 automatically. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then my next turn, at the beginning of my turn, I discard 2 like normal. So you're discarding 7 cards. Okay, that's an extra 5. And now I can do an explore action. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I'm discarding 2 cards for my next turn. So 1, 2, and I'm going to enter this room up here. It's a cave-in. This lets me basically, crushing blow lets me essentially get rid of a yellow to get a yellow 6. It's not bad. I think I do the climb over it. Yeah, I'm going to do the second option. I'm rolling 3 pink dice and I get the black. Oh, but I have that too. Woof. I'm going to spend 2, 1, 2 to get another black for Eagle Eye. So I'm rolling 2 black dice. Man, I'm killing it with the black dice. I roll 2 2s. 1 goes away. I roll the rest of my dice. A 4, 2, 3. That is not going to be amazing. But I can put the 2 over here, which I have to cover before I can cover anything else. And we have this is 11. So that's done. I didn't cover that. However, if I would take kiting only happens in combat encounters, so I have to take the damage, which gives me a 3rd damage on here. And we now successfully have done this. I will take this for its item. Now I'm at 3-3-3. Gives me a little bit, few more options. That's a guaranteed yellow 6 though. Wolf. Nah, I want the other blue. I want the other blue, especially with the 5 blue being out of the combat. It's important that I can cover up the 2 health. Beginning of my next turn, I'm going to spend a potion, heal all my damage. We're spending 2 time. 1, 2. We're going to enter here. It's another peril encounter. That's 3 XP. I think I start getting this XP thing taken care of. 3 health, 2 health. Woof. I'm going to spend 2 time to do this. So it's a spiked log. I'm going to try to clobber this log. So I'm going to spend 2 time to do the top op. So I'm going to spend 2 time to do half of my Eagle Eye. So I'm rolling 2 black dice. I rolled a 1 and a 3, crushing it. This comes out. And then I get a black die and 3 yellow dice. There's a 6. I forgot what those looked like. So that's what we got. So I can put this 6 over here. This 3 over here. Actually, I could use this 3, and then we do have enough to cover up that. So that's taken care of. I will take it for the XP because I do need to level up again. We need 5 more to level up. That's done. I'm spending 2 time. 1, 2. We're entering here. It's the ogre. Man, this ogre he does not mess around. I'm fighting him because I'm just tired of his crap, and he's super annoying, and he's 4 XP, but I mean, I might actually take him for that item. Wolf. Whatever. It's bad, but I'm doing it. So I'm going to spend 4 time to do Eagle Eye, the greater level. I don't love this skill, man. This is a brutal skill. I rolled a 5, 3, 5, so I'm going to get rid of the 3 and take the 2 5s, and now I'm rolling this 1 black 3 yellows, 3 pinks, and 3 blues. Again, looking at all my stats. I'm not sure what I'm taking with this dude, but I'm tired of seeing him. He must go. 2, 4, 5, or 3. It's like a 5. It's just very different. 6, 3. Dude, that was a 6. This is a 6, 4, and a 1. That 1 is squad douche. Or it's garbage. No shield, so I don't have to cover any of this stuff. I'm going to use this skill, so I'm discarding, and I'm going to use these to show when I use a skill. So I use this skill, so I'm going to discard this pink to roll 2 yellows. Actually, I need more pinks now if I'm using these stats the way I am. But 2 more yellows is helpful. I rolled a 4 and a 4. That'll be good. I can put this 6 over here to prevent that 2 loss of health. I'm just trying to prevent max loss of health here. I have these 3 4s here. I could do this. The 4, the 2, and the 6. Well, this 6 can go here. The 4, the 2, and the 6 can go here. I can put this 3 over here. This 4 and a 5 can go here. I can turn these 2 dice into a heroic 4 and put this here. I could turn these 2 dice into a heroic 1 and put them here. And that's that. I would have taken 1 damage. I'll do kiting. And then I spend a time. But I've effectively defeated the ogre and didn't take any damage. I don't know if I take it for the item or for the experience. Oh. It wouldn't have mattered because I couldn't get up to a 5, but remember I also had this skill. I could have turned 2 pink dice into black dice of the same sort, but I just didn't have a 5. Right, I turned this into a 4. I think I used all the pink dice anyway. Yeah, so I forgot to use another skill. It definitely wouldn't have mattered. I'm going to take the... Again, I'm being very inefficient in these level ups. I do want more agility dice. I'm not maxed out on skills yet. Discard any value 5 dice to make them 6s. That's pretty sick, actually. But it's only combat 6s, which makes it not as helpful. What do I want to do with you? This would be... The extra health would be super nice, but I'm actually not hurting on health. I am running out of time. I will put this... 4 time is good, and if I get a 2, at least I can just level up. I really want to get to level 4 ASAP. And I think if anything, I want a pink or a yellow die before... Yeah, I want a pink or yellow die. The dragon's pretty gnarly. All right, so that's at 7. That's 1 away. I'll just put a D... I'll put this 7 there. We go to my next turn. I spend 2 time. We enter here. It's the oozing, the glooping ooze. Spend 1 time for each 1 rolled. I will combat him. Oh, that's interesting. Sure. I'm going to need what my dice pool is. He loves blues and yellows. I'm going to spend 2 time to just do one of the eagle eye things. So we'll do that first. I rolled a 4 and a 4. I'll throw away a 4. I get a black heroic die for an encounter bonus. I have the 3 blues, the 3 yellows, and the 3 pinks. That's all my dice. Please don't roll any ones. I rolled 2 ones. It's just like not rolling any ones. 1 and 2. Because it's a split. That's good. There are 2 shields on here. And no shields over there. So did I cover those shields with him? Uh-oh. I think I did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. All right, so we're going to cover this 3 with this. Again, I can't cover anything else until the rest of this crap is covered. I'm going to spend this 2 and this 2 to make a heroic... Oh, nope, never mind. Stop doing that, Greg. I'm going to use this skill to turn 2 of these dice into black heroic dice. And then I'm going to use this 2 to do this. So now I can cover up more stuff. I'm going to spend this die to roll 2 more combat dice. A 6 and a 3. Most excellent. I'm going to use this 6 to cover up this. I'm going to use this 6 to cover up this. I'm going to use this 6 to cover up this. This 5 to cover up this. This 4 to cover up this. I have so many more dice than I needed. Excellent. Done. I will keep this experience. And I could, that's a huge waste of experience. I could level up. I'm going to choose not to. And now I have 10 up here that I can play with. I just want a 2 thing. I don't want to waste that much. If I get a 2, then I'll have 4 well on my way to getting to level 4. All right. Next turn, I spend 2. We put out 4 new things. I'm going to spend 2, which means I have to put them on the stairs. And we enter here. That's perfect. I can do a level up before we descend again, and it makes me super happy. If any armor boxes are empty, discard this instead of looting. Well, I need to loot, so I need to cover all those armor boxes. What's up, Ross? Would you recommend Halbmaka to someone who enjoys Maid's Night? I don't know. I haven't explored Halbmakas yet, Ross. I've just been busy with like other games and review copies and stuff, but I'm super intrigued by it. I don't know if Maid's Night's the greatest comparison. I haven't heard anyone compare Hoplo to Maid's Night. So, normally it's like Too Many Bones, Cloudspire. I mean, you're kind of in the chip theory universe, which is kind of a very distinct kind of place to be. So, John, yo, Greg, excited to see a playthrough of this. I actually just picked it up myself last week. Ended up getting it off eBay. Thought I was getting a deal, but didn't see that it didn't come with dice. Oh, so then I bought a set of 30 dice, then realized they weren't on the right number and color combinations. So I had to buy a duplicate set just to get the correct number of each. This is my punishment for trying to be thrifty. Oh, have I been there? I mean, my best story with that is when I tried to buy a cheap version of Space Hulk and then realized I bought the Italian version. Yeah, international returns are not fun. Excellent. I'm gonna get another potion when I level up. I'm gonna level up as soon as I get this friggin' beetle taken care of. So I'm gonna take the 4 damage here. I'm gonna spend the 4 time here, which gives me 2 damage. And that means I'm gonna use my Eagle Eye ability. I'm going to get rid of this 4, a 6 and a 5 otherwise. And now we're going to do my normal encounter roll. So a black, 3 pinks, 3 yellows, and 3 blues. Rolling these dice. Doesn't look that inspiring. Not going to lie. Not going to lie. We'll see. 5, 4, 4. All right. There we go. It was better than I thought. I just saw a bunch of 1s I saw, like, I guess 1 of the 3 coming at me. It looked like too much space. Great. I'm going to use this skill immediately before I forget. Turn this into a 5 and a 4. And I'll spend this 3. Well, that doesn't make any sense, does it? I probably won't spend another pink. Nah, do I need more yellows? No, I really don't. So I won't be using the backstab skill. I need to cover up all of... Is that that was a 4. Sorry, it's spun. I need to cover up all of the shields. Excellent. And then we have a 6. We have I need a pink 4. I'll use this. We have this, and we have this. So we smushed that. The beetle is out. I'm going to add it to my experience pile, and I'm going to discard 8 experience to level up. These go here. So it's nice to get a bunch more cards back into the deck for the 3rd time through. Our experience tracker is now down to 4. When we level up, we can now have 5 items and 4 skills. I get another potion. And I still only have 1 encounter die. When I get to level 4, we'll have 2 encounter dice for every encounter, and it's super important, especially against the boss man. I am going to put 2 more time spent on here, and let's see what this is. Spend 1 time for each skill you use. Well, that's probably not great. I do love that item, though. Another health and a combat. Oh, yes, please. I can take 2 damage. I have the potions. Remember, things just get hairier. And I could spend, if I was going to die, I could spend potions instead. 2, 4, 10 pink. Yeah, I really like that combat and health combo. Oh, that probably includes heroic skill, doesn't it? Oof. If I would only lose, and that would include kiting, which is weird. That could get ugly real quick. 3, 4, 5. I really want that. I really want the stat bumps. Is what I want. It'll only be my 3rd item, but it's very, very nice. 3 pink, 3 blue, 3 yellow. If I just go at it and just don't spend any time going in, it probably doesn't put me in a terrible situation. I start spending time, I'm gonna just really accelerate how much damage I'm taking here. Alright, I'm gonna spend, I'm not gonna use my aerobic skill. Should I use my heroic skill? Gives me another black. Yeah, I'm gonna spend 2 time. Gives me 1 more damage. And I'm gonna add 1 more black die to this. So I added a black 3. Now I'm gonna get my pool together. So I used a skill though. Oh, so that's another damage. Because I have to spend a time that I can't. Another damage. Yeah, I think I'm going to need that. So that's fine. And then I'm going to get my normal black die, 3 yellows, 3 pinks, and 3 blues. And hopefully I just roll like bananas. All right. There's a 6. This looks somewhat promising. The pink dice could have been a lot better. I don't know if I need to spend any more skills. So if I use this 6 and this 4, we cover this up. So now I can start filling everything else in. Did not get a 5 blue. Of course I did not. I do have this and this. I have a 4 blue. I have a 3 blue. I can roll 2 yellows and see if I can't. I can. 3 damage time. Let me check this out. That's pink. Great. I can put these two. I could have done this again. You have to cover this first, but I could have put this here first with that. And then I have this 6, which I can use to cover this. And that's a better use of my turn for sure. All right. I'm going to have to use this potion to heal 2. At the end of this, I would only take 1 damage, but I have to spend the time, which takes the damage, so it doesn't matter. So I take a. Well, I have to do that anyway. So I'm going to use this skill, so I have to spend a time, which means that that comes out and I get a damage from that. But then I have to spend the time, which comes out there, so I only take 1 health. So to kind of figure that out again. I was about to take a damage. I didn't take it. Instead of taking a damage, I used kiting, which means I had to spend the time. But when I spend the time, I take a damage from that. But now I can spend the time penalty without taking a second damage. So that worked out pretty well. And we're going to take this as an item over here to make our stats that much better before we go into level 3 of the dungeon. Archer it's just a quicker game of the Archer. It's pretty wild. All right, cool. I definitely want 6 more time there. I had to put. I'm wondering. I'd have to put 2 more time on here now to see to open another door. So that probably doesn't make any sense. So we're gonna call this. These get discarded. Oh, they were both freaking peril encounters, which would have been pretty nice. These come back here. We're shuffling this for the last time. Once we get to the bottom of the steps, we have to face off against the boss. Frederick, for me, Hoplo is more like Yahtzee than Maid's Night. Interesting. Good reason to learn Italian, though. No kidding. Sagitt. Well, hello. I bet this game is going great with Greg's Dice Luck. We are at 499. Would you look at that? 499. What's 499? 499. 4.99. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Dude, I've been like 10 away from like a week, and then YouTube's doing the same. It's like I feel like every time you get close to a threshold, YouTube starts culling your subscriber list. That's it's like, oh, that person hasn't been active in 2 years, right? Like which is fine. I'd rather my numbers to be more accurate and reflect, what I actually have going on. But yeah, it's been a painstaking month, just waiting to hit 5,000. But it's funny. It's just numbers are funny. Like, what's the practical difference? Like nothing, but 5,000 just feels good, man. It's funny. Then you look at other channels that are like, 10,000, 15, 20. What, like Adam's like rolling solo is like what, 35 at this point. It's hilarious. But it's not the size that counts, kids. So I've been told. All right, let's move on. We're gonna go to the last level of dungeon. This comes down, so now everything is that much harder. We have to discard. Says maybe it will call me one day too. Nope. I highly doubt it, dude. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because of the Hall of Statues. Then we spend 2 to explore. We put these 4 out. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we spend 2 to enter one of these suckers, which is just such a gross like amount of cards to spend at the beginning of every round. Yeah, I think I'm aggressively gonna go for a level up. I absolutely need a level up. Oh, that's such an interesting skill, though. Wow. I can get one more item. My health, remember, my health is now 1 higher. I'm rolling 4 yellow dice, so I feel good about that. Remember, I have all this crap to contend with, too. So 4 yellow dice and a black die. I can spend 2 to roll another black die. Oh, such an interesting skill. You basically can get rid of 2 crappy yellows to get a heroic die and the yellow. It's like, oh, yes, please. And my yellow stat's pretty good, but I don't know how I don't chase level 10, level 4. I mean, there's no guarantee that I'll have more opportunities to get that. Yeah, that combat box is super nasty. All right, I'm gonna spend 2 time to do heroic skill, or eagle eye, whatever. Ugh, I rolled 2 2s. Woof. And then I'm gonna do the destroy it box. I'm rolling 4 yellows and another black because of my level bonus. Oh, that's really not great. Yeah, there's many levels of not great here. So I can cover that, but I cannot get to 11. Wow. That is really bad. 6. What a absolutely garbage roll. Oh, 1 2 2 3. Always good. Yeah, I literally can't prevent any of the damage. I'm gonna have to spend this potion to heal 2, but then I'm gonna take 3 4 damage. So I'm up to 4. So I healed fully, and then I got the 4 damage, and then we have to spend 2 times. So 1 2. So that was gross. Woof. Yeah, I have no cushion anymore. I will take the skill. I can really combo this pretty nice with backstab, I think. So we'll see. Two more things. I need 10 more experience. Swarm. X is 4. It's a per open door, including this, so that's fine. I feel decently confident about this, but woof. All right, I'm gonna do Eagle Eye halfway. I rolled a 1 of the 6. Don't mind that. I get the black, 4 white, 4 yellows, 3 pinks, and 3 blues. Rolling these. That looks like a good roll. Yeah, this should not be a thing. Even with the extra stuff over there. Alright, so I need... Well, I can use my skills. I'm going to use this pink to roll 2 yellows. 6 and a 4. Great. So I've used this skill. This is 10. I have to cover the things first. I'm going to... This is a 5, right? Cool. This is a 3. This is a 5. I could put the black here. I can put this here. Yeah, we're more than good. All right. It's an interesting skill. I wouldn't mind the extra pink stat, but I really need to make sure I get up to 10 experience, so I'm going to take that for XP, and now we're up to 6 of 10. 1, 2, flipping this over. That's 3 experience or an extra magic die. Well, my last roll was so good. I'm going to do the jump around, the climb around one, instead of having to use the eagle eye. So 1, 2, 3. I'm rolling 4 yellow dice and then the extra magic die for the encounter bonus. So I'm going to be able to spend 2 yellow dice to use this skill, which I can do in a peril encounter. So I roll a yellow and another magic die. 2 4s. Should be good. So 5, 6, 4, and then 4, 4. So excellent. We've done all of that. I will take... Yeah, I need to level up. I need a health if nothing else. I just can't really get cute here. So that goes there. So I have 9 of the 10 that I need. We're going to start another turn. 1, 2, flip this over. That's not terrible. Yeah, that could work. Yeah, I'll make this happen. So I'm going to spend 1, 2 to do Eagle Eye. I roll this 5 and a 3. I'll keep the 5. We have the black, 4 yellows, 3 pinks, and 3 blues. I have these skills back. Not the most amazing roll. Oh, I spent the time for each one I rolled. Woof. I rolled 4 of them because of course I did. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know what that was. It wasn't a 1. It wasn't a 6. Somebody can see it. It's fine. I'll pretend it was a 3. It definitely flipped over. We're gonna use these 2 yellows to do this skill. I get to roll a yellow and a black. It's a 2 and a 4. I'm gonna turn these 2 into heroic dice. So that's a 2 and a 3. And then I'm gonna use this one to roll 2 yellows. It's a 2 and a 3. I'm just mushing everything 3 and lower. I did not roll. I don't think I rolled any extra 1s. Yeah, I didn't re-roll any blues. So that's fine. We have to cover this first. Oh man, I rolled really badly with the blues, which is not great. 3, 2. So I covered all the shields. I have to cover anything that's going to do a lot of damage to me. Man, I just rolled bad. I'm super dead. Yeah, that roll is not going to cut it. I don't think I can salvage this. That I can prevent this damage. I can only do kiting if I would only lose 1. I could do this. Put these 2s up there with this 2, which means I could put this 6 here, which means I could put this 4 here. All right, we found a way. But the rest of these are garbage. So I'll use kiting so I can prevent that time, that health. I'm just making it a time, and then I spend 3 more time. Woof. That's incredible. It's really bad. And I beat this dude, so I can put this here. I'm going to spend the 10 experience I have to immediately level up. When I level up, I get another potion, which is very needed. And now I roll 2 black dice at the start of every one of my turns. And we have that there. So now experience doesn't help you level up anymore, but if I get 5 experience, I can turn it into a potion, which obviously the only potion I got was this healing potion. There is a whole potion strategy in this game. I don't see it. I think every time you get a new potion, do you when you gain a potion, do you actually get another potion? I think that would make it more useful. Claim loot. Leveling up. Claim loot. What if I want to gain a potion? Yeah, identifying a new potion type gives you both one potion token and a new way to spend your potion tokens. For sure. So beginning of my next turn, I'm going to spend my last potion to heal back to 1. And then I think I'm going to have to gamble against the dragon with what I got. I don't have much more going on. I'd have to essentially take a damage just to open up one room and maybe it's something useful. Probably a super bad idea. So we spent, again, that experience goes into the discard pile, and now we're going to choose to descend. When we descend, we just go to the dragon's cave, so all this stuff goes away. We don't have to worry about that anymore, and now we have to fight the dragon. So the way fighting the dragon works, oof, is the dragon is going to smush me. Yowza. So the dragon has 2 pinks, two shields. He takes damage for each one of these boxes I cover over here. But I have nothing that gives me automatic 6s, so that's going to be a bit of a problem. Otherwise, he's also going to give me 4 damage if I don't cover 17 or 16. You do need to survive. If you don't survive a combat round, it doesn't matter if you would defeat the dragon, you're dead. So, like, there is no, what is it, Pyrrhic victories? Pyrrhic? I don't know. Someone can help me to pronounce that word. There's no sacrifice wins. There's no, like, you died, but you go down in the annals of history as a hero. It's like, no, you're just super dead. So remember, I can't use my heroic feat against this dude. I think we're just in trouble. I don't know how this goes well for me. Man, the archers. The archer might be the toughest one. I mean, am I the only one to experience this? This is crazy. I mean, I have played with the rogue. I found the rogue very strong. I've found the warrior good. The paladin is fine. This archer dude is not. It's not great. I find that heroic feat to be among the trickiest because again, you're going through that deck so fast. I mean, it didn't help. I rolled 4 1s against the rat. It really just kind of killed the rest of that deck and messed up any chance I would have had of. Oh, I couldn't have. It's crazy. I couldn't have explored anymore. There was no more cards left in the deck. They were all over here. So I don't know what I was talking about. Yeah, I had a descend at this point. Yeah, I just need to roll really lucky. It's what I do. So I think we're good. So I'm gonna get 4 yellow dice. I'm gonna get 3 pink dice. We're gonna get 3 blue dice. And we're going to get 2 black dice because I am level 4. So that is a huge help. Again, we have all of these skills. Let's see how this goes. So, rolling a billion dice. Oh, God. They all need to be big. Big! Go big! Huh? Not feeling good about that. So that's an interesting way to be. So we got... We went big with yellows. That's a start. The blues, not so much. And yeah, the pinks also not so much. I'm going to turn, and I remember I have to cover those 2 things. I'm going to spend this pink to get 2 yellows. A 5 and a 3. I need another black, I think, right? Oh man. I mean, if I'm trying to get to 16 is like really bad. I mean, I'm only at 9. So that's pretty far away. I remember I need 2 5 pinks. I only have the 1. This black, I mean, I could turn these 2 blacks into another 5, but then that's gonna basically torpedo any chances I have of actually doing damage to the dragon. I only do damage to the dragon if I cover these boxes, the 3 boxes that have the skull on it. And magic dice cannot be placed in those boxes. So literally, this is I can do 1 damage at this point in the game, which isn't great. I will do this other skill just to try to get lucky with the black die. So I'm getting rid of 2 yellow dice. I re-roll the yellow and I roll a hero die. I rolled a 3 and a 3. That probably wasn't worth it. Yeah. All right. Well, I have to get rid of. I have to put this here. I have to get rid of 2 of these yellow 5s to get this die here. I can put magic dice. I can put hero dice anywhere else. I just can't put them on the 6s. I can put this here, which means I'm taking 2 damage from that, which means if I don't cover those 2 holes, we are just super dead. And I don't think there's any way I can cover that unless I just don't do any damage to the dragon this turn, which is just like saying, well, why am I even playing this game? I can actually use this skill to turn this pink into a magic. I don't know how that changes anything, but this is 9 and 7. That takes care. Oh man, I'm freaking 1 away. 9 and 7 is 16. This is. I'm 1 away. I'm not even 1 away. Oh, I can do it this way. 11. This is 17. All right, so essentially I can do no damage to the dragon, but I can survive, and then the dragon does 3 damage to me. That's great. We go to round 2. It's a good start. Yeah, I just need to roll really good. So we're gonna get rid of these 3 black dice. We get these 2 pinks back and this yellow back. We roll. Come on, man. You can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you, Peter Pan. That's a better roll. Don't think it's gonna matter, but you know. No, the pink dice were still garbage. Pink dice were really garbage. Wolf. And the blue dice weren't that much better. Yeah, my stats are low. Like this, all this is just wrong. I'm gonna get rid of this. Use this skill. Roll 2 yellows. A 2 and a 2. I'm gonna get rid of 2 yellows to roll a yellow and a magic. Oh, 1 and a 5. Just absolutely killing it with the, the dice rolls. And then I can change these into 2 hero dice. So 3 and a 2. I'm getting smushed by a dragon. Oh, Archer. I guess if I was using the Eagle Eye too aggressively, maybe? I don't know. I just feel like I just blew through time. I don't know. I have to put these both here before I can cover anything else up. I could cover this up and then still have enough. I moved that again. I don't know what it was. That will go there. I have no other 6s. 10. I mean, I could cover this up, but it doesn't matter. So essentially, I take 2 damage. I would die. I would do 1 damage to them. It would not be enough. The dragon has emerged victorious. The easiest difficulty in the game, and I got smushed twice. That's hilarious. Yikes! I don't know. Somebody who's better at this game needs to tell me what I'm doing wrong. Or is this just a hard game? Did I just not realize how hard this game was? I was doing very well off camera. But again, I never played with the Archer, so something feels wrong. What is happening? Maybe you'll call me one day too. Maybe give it a few years and you can get there, assuming you keep at it. The 5,000 subscriber gets one hair from Greg's beard. Quick, I need to unsubscribe. I keep telling you, go play Axis and Allies with all these ones. I think it was a 4. Yeah, thanks, Joey. Sadja, don't prolong his misery. Potion strat can totally work. It really depends. I know this will surprise you, but this game is super swingy. Damsel says, "Oh yeah, I'm unsubscribing. I'm subscribing now. I want a white one. They're my wife's favorite, man. So you got to fight with her about that." P. Rick says roughly. Oh, P. Rick. Yeah, that's right. I know English, guys. We have Sajid. I have played a couple hundred games on this iPad. Eventually, everything can be made to work. Sajid's happy with the outcome. Thank you for the super chat, Joey. If Sajid's happiness means extra support for the channel, I'm okay with that, I guess. So I'm going again because I'm going to do it off camera anyway. I'm going to put this on break mode for about 2 minutes, but I'll be back. And we're back. All right, I'm going to stay with the archer because this is the lowest level difficulty, and I just don't think I want to take her against anybody else harder. So, but Yeti, Hydra, the Lake or the Lick, I don't know. What are you? Someone can tell me how to pronounce that. I really know English, guys, and the Minotaur, they can wait. I think there's an expansion to this game, and they just came out with another version of this game. There's like a bunch of it. Like, I don't know if I would need to go any deeper with this game. I mean, if Asmati wanted to, reach out to me, I would be happy to have that conversation. But it fits really nice in that, super easy to table, uh, place, and I really dig a lot of what it does. The dragon needs to go there. Stop trying to get the dragon all entangled. But Sad just to stop blaming me, please. Wait, what? It doesn't help the channel. I should not be happy. And then did you say Minotaur? I did say Minotaur, not a centaur, not a manticore, an absolute Minotaur. There are no scouts though, man. I'm sorry. We got a mage, a rogue, a paladin, and a warrior, and an archer. I think you should file an official complaint with Asmati and be like, dude, how do you not have a scout? The archer is the most scout-like, apparently, and yeah, not a fan, dude. I might have been over-aggressive with Eagle Eye. I don't know. I mean, yeah, maybe if I'm spending time to get black dice, that I could just be spending the time for not covering certain boxes is a thing. I don't know. I just felt the build got really funky real quick, and just wasn't able to turn it around. So we'll see. And I didn't take any damage really early. I was maybe that's not a great thing. I was just spending too much time instead of taking the damage. So lots of things to consider. But the fact that you're going to 9 cards on the top of the deck right at the beginning. I mean, there's not that many cards in this deck, dude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Counting with Greg. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and not well. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yikes, man! You're going through almost a quarter of the deck right off the bat. I mean, it's less like 20% of the deck. Okay, that's fine. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the first turn of the game, and then I'm exploring. One, well, sorry, 1, 2, so 7. So again, it's all random. I'm not gonna reshuffle this. So I have 7, and then you explore, and then 2 more, and now I can enter a room. Bam! What's going on? It is a skeleton. If any boxes are empty, I have to spend 2 time. I don't mind it. I need a 2 and a 4 blue. Woof. Alright. Well, go through a lot of time. It gives me another yellow, which I kind of dig. I do start with a potion. Yeah, I might have to spend a lot of time just to get started, but that's the game. Or I just take it for this. Nah, I think I take it for the item, get that extra yellow right off the bat. So 1, 2, I'm rolling 2 dice with Eagle Eye. I rolled a 2 and a 2. Woof. Okay, and then I rolled 2 blues, 3 pinks, and 2 yellows. I bet I roll at least a 4 blue. Excellent. What a crappy roll, but we got there. Kind of. So bad. All right, I'm gonna put the 2 black. Yep, the 2 black and the 4 blue. I'm putting the 5, and the 3. And then I could melt these away into an heroic die. There is 1 empty box, so that's 2 time because I'm undying, and then the 2 time for the box that was empty. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's unreal. Yeah, that's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So yeah, so maybe doing the Eagle Eye is dumb because I spent the 2 time. If I had the 1 less thing, like it really wouldn't have mattered. Anyway, I was just more worried that if I wanted to make sure I got a blue 4, and I was worried if I rolled poorly. I just wanted to give myself an extra chance to make sure I got something that I could cover that box. Otherwise, we were in super trouble. So I can take this item. I did not take any damage. I will spend 2 time. We will enter another thing. Fantastic. Yeah. All right, I'm going to spend 2 time to do the clobber logs. I'm going to roll 3 yellow dice and not use Eagle Eye. Nice. That's a beautiful, beautiful roll. So I have this and this. So that worked out really well. Did not use Eagle Eye. I can take this for the. I can't take it for the item. I can take it for the skill. I could spend a magic die that's 4 or higher to gain a 4 yellow and a 4 pink, then increase one of my dice by 1. You can use heroic dice as if they were magic dice for the purpose of activating skills. So that is something else to remember. That might have been something I should have been doing up more of last playthrough if I had like a 1 heroic die. But now I actually couldn't. Yeah, I could have spent that as if it was like an agility die. So that would have been another way to do a little bit better. I just don't know how realistic doing this is. I mean, I only have 2 blue dice. I'm gonna need them, especially once we get to there. I'm gonna be using anything 4 or higher. It's probably gonna be a 5. Probably recovering that. So the ability to increase the die by 1's nice, but I think I'm better off taking this for its experience value. So 1, 2. What is this? This one's only worth a 2 experience. I have to cover all those boxes. Okay. Otherwise, I don't get the loot, but yeah. So 1, 2, I'm going to do Eagle Eye again. Let's get a black die. Give me something big. So I get rid of the 4. I have a 5. And now I'm rolling 3 pink, 2 blue, and 3 yellow. I need the pinks to be big. Good. That will do. So again, maybe using Eagle Eye was a mistake. All right, so the armor boxes have to get covered. So 4, 4. This goes here. This goes here. This can go here. This can go here. Is there any way? Yeah, the only 6 I rolled was the blue. There's nothing I could do to get a yellow 6, so I could actually just spend a time instead of losing health, and then another time because of the box. And I will take this. Just guarantees me a 6 yellow every turn. So that's my first skill. Spending 2. This flips. It's 4 experience. I just want the math to be better with my experience. It's mildly tempting, but also super dangerous. I'm very not set up for the ogre, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to spend 2 time. We're going to put 3 more dungeon doors out. So I fled the ogre again. It's a trend. I'm going to spend 2 time to enter this. Ugh, that's gross. I'm going to flee that. I'm going to spend 2 time to enter this. That's the worst time for him to come out. And I'm going to spend 2 time for enter this. All right, we're going to do that. That's great. Wow. This is going well. I'm going to do the top. Yikes. Look at this, kids. Look at this. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to do the top. So 1, 2, and 3. And I'm rolling just 3 yellow dice. I can't use this skill in a peril encounter. That's like 3 damage. It's bad. Yeah, I'm just gonna. Well, I need a wolf. If I don't do it, it's 3 damage. If I try to roll a black die, it's a guaranteed 1 damage, and I still might not do it. All right, I'm not gonna use Eagle Eye. Excellent. 2 and 4, so no more damage. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna level up. These come into here. Gives me another potion. And I get a black die for all encounters. Yeah, taking on any of these would be a huge mistake. So we are going to descend. If we descend, we discard all these cards. And we now go to the 2nd level. Your losses are punishment for pushing Seta Watch. Felipe, hi Greg. Hello Felipe. Do you have character leveling in the box version, meaning you get skill points or whatever they call them, that you can improve your hero across games? There is a campaign. I have not explored it much. I think once I do the one-offs, then it's something I'll look at. I tend to campaigns. I'm like, fine. I mean, it looked a little tacked on, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's a really fun way to play. But yeah, there are definitely campaign elements with some leveling up. Gotta run. Good luck with 0 win dungeon. Thanks, Joey. Have a good weekend, dude. You should consider a restart. Yeah, that was an interesting trio. Getting the rat out when I had already had 2 open rooms was like, oh, come on, man. Why? Why are you doing this to me? That's hilarious. So, I can have room for 2 more items, 2 more skills, and I need to get 8 XP. So let's figure this puppy out. Yikes. And done. So first turn is 5. The ogre came out, so that's good. Plus 2 more to explore. It's the old Dr. Seuss poem for y'all. I'm going to spend 2 more. So again, so 9 cards total. We enter this first room. Great! The goblin is an excellent thing for me to see. I don't mind him. No, that's not a thing. Yeah, great. So we're facing the goblin. I get 1 black from that. I think I don't. Ugh. Yeah, I'm very shy on skills here, and that taking it into combat as an item would be a weird choice. It doesn't add any health. I think I'll just take this for the experience. I will go again. I feel like I'm using Eagle Eye wrong, but I also feel wrong not using Eagle Eye. So I rolled a 5 and a 5, so I keep the 5. I get another black die, 3 yellow dice, 3 pink dice, and 2 blue dice. I rolled a 1. Oh. This is all sorts of awesome. Great. I did not roll a 5 black, so I guess I'm glad I did Eagle Eyes, so that can go there. Oh, I have to cover up this first. I have to cover this up with a 4. Done. I'm going to use this skill to gain a 6 yellow. I can cover up this. I can cover up this. I can cover up this, and then I can turn this into a heroic 3 and cover up that. And then all I do is lose 1 time. Bear trap. This will go over here. 2 experience. Let's go. Done. And done. So I would like to get 2 more 3s to make this really efficient and just get up to 8 experience and then level up that way. So 1, 2. It's a 4. God, this frost dude just loves me with an unhealthy passion. I mean, I could take some damage. I can definitely take some damage. I have the 2 health potions. I can take the extra agility and the health. Great, whatever, we're doing it. I'm going to spend 1, 2. I'm going to roll 2, keep 1. I rolled a 1 and a 2. So stupid. I also take 3 off the top. 1, 2, 3. One of the 2. Awesome. That's great. That's exactly what I was hoping for. How did they know? Reroll 1 of your dice or increase 1 of your dice by 1. The lucky familiar. Please. Please. Okay. Well, the yellows are okay. That's better than I initially thought. The heroic dice were garbage, but everything else is not terrible. All right. Wow, those heroic dice are really bad. I'm pretty sure I could spend the magic die as if it was a yellow die to get that. I'm pretty sure that's right. Using skills. Yes, I did rip this rulebook apart because it was way too friggin' fat for the box, and I was driving me bananas. Make a choice. Level 2. Using skills. C. Using skills. Using potions. Placing dice. Using skills. Why did it not say this there? Discard that many already rolled agility dice. I guess it'd be in the section about heroic dice, which is, so maybe I can't discard a black die. Am I cheating? Somebody tell me if I'm cheating. Leveling up, skills. To use a skill. Cost of the skill. Spent dice are returned. Heroic dice can be used. Yes, heroic dice can be used any type to help pay the cost of a skill. Excellent. So I discarded that, and I get. Did I already do that? Right, I must have already taken it. Yeah. So I discarded a black 2 to get a yellow 6 because the black 2 is doing squat and douche for me. Or was it? Yeah, I just. Yeah, I can't see why I'd want the black 2. So we can put. I could do this 5 and this 5 to get a heroic 5. I can use this 6, this 2. I can use this 2 and this 1 to get heroic 1. I could use this 4, this thing in the heroic 1 to do this. This heroic 5 can go here. This 6 can go here. I guess time's more important than the rest of this, and this 6 can go here. I'm losing. I take 3 damage, and I lose 2 time. 1, 2, so that was 7 time just for this battle alone. And then I'm going to take this as an item. So increases my health, increases my agility stat. My next turn, I'm going to spend one of my potions to get back to full health. Man, my skills are super underwhelming right now. I have 2, so 1, 2, give me something. Oh, another. Oh my gosh. No, I just dealt with your brother. Like, I can't keep fighting this thing. It's really bad for me. No, I'm not doing another ice elemental. 1, 2, this comes out. Oh my gosh, a phantom now. I mean, I just absolutely getting smashed by these 4 experienced enemies. That ethereal, discard all 1s and 3s. Not that I would ever roll a 1 and a 3. That'd be crazy. That would be crazy. Although I like that item. I'm not going to lie. Great. Whatever. We're pot committed. So 1, 2. It's going to do Eagle Eye. I rolled a 1 and a freaking 1. And guess what? I was going to discard it anyway because of ethereal. This is my lot in life, kids. All right, 1. What a garbage roll. I roll Snake Eyes. I spend 2 time to roll Snake Eyes. That's about how this goes. Yeah, that's right. So 3 yellows, 4 pinks, and 2 blues. Bam! I didn't roll a single 6. This is horrible. I rolled 2 1s. I didn't roll any 3s, so that's a thing. So those are all out. That's a 2. That's 4 2s, 3 4s, and a 5. Woof. Well, 4, 4. I can discard this yellow to get a yellow 6. Put that yellow 6 here. can put this. God, what a bad roll. What a horrendous, garbage, no good, crap roll. Yeah. All right, that's going to go there. I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. It doesn't kill me because I have an extra health. And I have to lose 2 times. 1 and 2. Alright, I'm going to take this as a stat. And my items are filled out. Beginning of my next turn, I'm going to discard a potion and get back 3 of my health. Alright, I'm spending 2, 1, 2 to explore. 1, 2, 3. Spending 1, 2 to enter. Oh boy. I hope my dice pick is somehow connected to yours. You do worse, I do better. It's different times the other way around, except there are no different times. God, that's just a horrendous roll. Yeah, I guess I fight this dude. That potion is almost tempting. I don't know if it makes sense. There's gonna be unempty boxes, so I'm not. I'm like I'm so like skittish right now. I'm like I don't know what to do. I'm so scared. But yeah, whatever. It is what it is. I'm not gonna roll. I'm not gonna do eagle eye. I'm rolling a black, 2 blues, 4 pinks, and 4 yellows. That's a nice assortment. This can't. What could possibly go wrong? This. Oh my god, 6s! Lots of them. What? What is happening? I've never experienced this before. I feel oddly uncomfortable. All right, we're gonna split this 3, this 3 here, this 5 here. I have a 6 for here. I have a. I can put this 6 over here. I can put this 6 here. I can put this 6 here. I can put this 3 here. And then I can make that into a heroic, yeah, whatever. What a freaking roll that was. Okay, well that was, no boxes are on empty. I didn't use my skill, so I spent no time on this, which is amazing. Yeah, we'll get you. Although I'm tempted to take the potion, spend the 2 time before an encounter, and just get rid of, and just take his. Oh, that's interesting. Now, I'm going to take him as a potion. Here we go. This is smarter. I'll take him as a potion. I don't know how this works. So I think I have to spend 2 time before my turn. I'm going to encounter that, and I spend 2 time before the encounter, and I skip right to claim loot. I think that's the only way that could work. And I have to spend that potion to do that. But now I don't have to do the 3 times spend. It says before an encounter. I'm assuming that if there's ever a conflict, the player can resolve. Make a choice, claim dice, do all the steps. Yeah, it does not say I'm assuming before an encounter. I'm assuming that's right, because both of them say before an encounter. So I don't know what you would do with a timing situation like that. I don't know, man. Like, this is like one of those things where you're like, dude, this is like pretty foreseeable that this situation happens in this game. Like, why is this not a little bit more spelled out? I'm assuming, and again, the way they did the rules, I don't love. You don't explore it, enter a room. If you survive, claim loot. Encounters for do the following type. Make a choice. If it's a combat encounter. Encounters, use skills. Yeah, I'm assuming that I could do that in any order. I think that'd be weird if I couldn't. So, both said before an encounter, I did this before I did that, and yeah, we just went right to claim loot because I went invisible, kids. It was an invisibility potion. If that wasn't clear. So, great. I'm going to descend again. No, I'm going to explore again because I'm hoping to level up before we descend. So one time, one damage, another time. We enter here. Hope I don't roll any ones, but I just want to go ahead and get this sucker. Gain a black 6, but you can only cover a box with a shield. I'm not gonna do the thing, and we're going to get 2 blues. 3, 4 pinks, 4. No, don't fall on the floor. 4 yellows. All right, another big roll. Not great. Oh, I rolled 3 ones again, so that just becomes a damage. Yeah, don't roll ones. Ones everywhere. Did you say roll 1? Here it is. Just for you. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Most X. All right, I'm going to take these 2 ones because they're garbage, turn them into a heroic. Nope. I'm going to use this one and just get a yellow 6. I've done nothing with the way of skills. Yikes. All right, so that's done. 6, 5, 4. I have to do the shields first. I forgot. We got there. I could turn this 6 and this 5 into a heroic 5, covering up this. uh, 6, 6, and I just didn't cover that, so I take 1 damage here. So that's up to 5 damage. Woof. But that is nope. Instead of taking a damage, I can do kiting, so I can just take a time, which puts that there. Excellent, because again, I have no more time to spend, but that's better. I'm taking this as experience. I'm taking this over here. I'm going to get a potion because I'm leveling up. And I still only have 1 black die per encounter. My items are awesome. My skills are non-existent. But I do have some cushion with the health here, which is good. These will all come back here. I am descending. When I descend, this moves up. All right. I would like some skills. I'm very happy with my items. I mean, obviously, I can get 2 more items. Again, you can max out of 5 items and 4 skills. But yeah, I need to get 10 XP quick and get to that level up. Obviously, my next turn, I'm going to spend the 3. I'm going to spend that potion to heal 3. I can't be running around here with only 2 health left. I meant dice luck. No idea what happened. Saget. Greg never learns not to say what he actually wants. No ones. Bam! 3 of them. Damage. Dead. Awesome. but it worked out with the way the mechanic works with kiting and whatnot. So this is good. I have to discard 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2. We're putting 4 cards out. So the deck does get a little bit smaller every round because you've taken potions and items and all that other stuff. And then 1, 2 more to actually enter one of these things. That looks better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 4 experience. I mean, the combat and the health is nice, but at this point, I don't know how I don't get the 4 experience. I mean, spending a 6 blue to get 2 yellow 6s is amazing, but I only have 2 blue dice, so let's be real. Not great. Yeah, if I'm taking items, I think they have to be magic dice at this point. So I'm going to spend 1, 2, 3 to do the climb around option. I'm rolling 4. I'm not doing Eagle Eye, and I'm trying something new, kids. I'm rolling these 5 dice, which just feels like 5 dice, not enough. I need a wolf. I'm doing Eagle Eye option just to get 1 extra die. God, I've gone through so many freaking things. That's a 6. That will help. Here's the rest of the dice. That's a big roll. This should be doable. So 6 over here. Well, I have to cover this crap first. Here's a 3. Here's a 5. And then, yeah, total overkill. And we got that done. I'm going to take this for the 4 XP. 2 more cards. Now we've gone through half the deck already. It is this guy. Making a dice requires more. I can definitely take some of these hits. I do need a 10 yellow, but I got a bunch of yellow dice, so I'm not going to use Eagle Eye. I'm going to roll this black die because of what I get from the encounter. 4 yellow dice, 4 pink dice, and 2 blues. Do I take him for his magic stat? I probably do. I'm tempted to take him for this. For the experience. But that magic stat could be really, really helpful. Being at a 2 is really bad. Remember, the dragon's doing 4 damage to me if I don't get 16 blue every turn, which is yikes worthy. Alright, rolling it up. So, I rolled a huge 1 with the black die. Oh, lots of 6s though. 1, 2, 3, 5 6s there. 2 5s with the blue dice. Don't hate that. And then we get the rest of these. God, my skills are non-existent. I'm going to spend this black die to get a yellow 6. Because the black one wasn't exactly going to be helpful. I have to put yellow dice on there equal to 10. So there's 2 yellow 6s. I have this 5 here. These 2 dice can go, well, these 3 dice can go here. This can go here. This can go here. Then I have 3 things to cover in only 1 option. That's fine. I'll go here with this. I would lose 1 health so I can do kiting, and then I lose 1 time. So that all worked out. I'll take it for the extra blue die because we're getting to that point where that's important. All right, so I definitely need more skills, and unless I just try to go all stat build, which I'm not sure is going to work. I never really tried it that way. And I need 6 more experience. Oh, Plague Rat, what a perfect time for you. You're kind of a wuss. I mean that. Wuss. The worst. All right. I'm not going to do Eagle Eye because I'm learning my lesson here, I think. I get 4 pink dice, 4 yellow dice, and 3 blue dice. So lots of dice. Here we go. There we go. It's a nice 6 there. That was a 5. So 5, 5, 4. 3 fours. I know I could just keep them in the tray, but I just find it helpful to take them out and kind of see what's going on. A 1 and a 5. I'm spending this 1 to do this skill to get a yellow 6. 6 and a 4 covers that, so now I can start filling in other boxes. I do have to fill this in with a 4. Again, there's only one open door. It was itself. It was itself. It goes there. There's my Italian accent coming out for y'all. I know you were dying for it. This goes here. These blue dice are now useless. I can turn that into a heroic 4. I'm going to use that for. What's the 4 for? I'm going to put this 6 here, this 4 here, this 4 here, and then I can actually turn that to a heroic 3 and go here. So everything I covered. Did not use Eagle Eye. And I'm going to put this up here to get me up to 6. I need 4 more experience. 1, 2. This is not going to be 4 more experience, but I will take 2 more experience and then pretty much guaranteed myself. I just need another 2er and we'll get this done. I'm not going to do Eagle Eye. I'm going to do the yellow here. I cannot use Crushing Blow in a peril encounter. Only works in... Oh, no. Woof. Only works in a... Remember, I forgot all that crap. Woof. It only works in a combat encounter. Yeah, these puzzles can get rough. Yeah, I'm going to go 1, 2 for Eagle Eye. And I'm going to do the top option, which is going to be just 2 more, just like guarantee this. A 1 and the 3, so 1, 2, taking the 3 blue dice and another black die, and I guarantee this. I mean, oof. Give me a blue 6. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my, oh my. What a horrendous roll. What a horrendous roll. 5, 3, 6. Okay, we got there. 1 damage. And the kiting only works in a combat encounter, so it could be worse. I'm going to go here. That gives me 8 of 10, which is super nice. I'm going to spend 1, 2. We're going to explore. 1, 2, 3, 4. Spending 1, 2 to enter. Give me something good. All right. How much do I want to gamble? I'm not ready. Oh, I'm so underpowered. I mean, I can level up, but that's about all I'm doing. Yeah, I'm going to do the... I'm going to do the bottom option. I'm still rolling. No, I'm going to do the top option. Excuse me. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. I'm not using Eagle Eye. I'm rolling 4 yellow dice and a black die. So I spent the 3 because of climb around. Again, I run into a pit of spikes. I have to do climb around and make it happen. That's... Oh, man. It was almost a great roll, and then it ceased to be at the last minute. But this is 8. Again, I have to cover these first. and I just take 1 damage. All right, this comes here. I'm going to discard all of these to level up. It gives me a potion. I'm going to spend the potion beginning of my next turn to heal. This is over. And now I can have 7 items and 5 skills, but I get that extra black die every turn, which is obviously fairly important. Yeah, I don't love my current build. I could descend and start tangling with the dude, but I just don't see how that is a good idea. I think I just look at one more room. I don't see the harm in that. I really hate my magic dice situation. Yeah, I'm just not leveled up enough. I'm very much not leveled up enough. I mean, I could keep the 3 damage here and keep the potion. And then see, but that's gonna leave me way too susceptible. It's not gonna work. I just don't have enough dice. All right, I'm gonna descend. That gives me 1 damage, which 1's on the stair. I'm sorry. I'm gonna open a room. What do you do for me? Great. I'm not gonna do Eagle Eye. I'm gonna take on this Plague Rat. The skill isn't awful. It's not especially great, but kind of desperate right now. So I'm gonna spend the 2. I'm gonna spend. I get the 2 because I have 2 encounter bonus now. 4 yellow dice, 4 pink dice, 3 blue dice. It's a lot of dice. We'll see if it's enough. I'm a little skeps. All right, we got a 3 and a 5 with the black dice. We got 2 5s and a 3 with the blue dice. We got a 3, a 4, a 3, and a 2 with the yellow dice. And we have a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 5 with the pink dice. I can turn this 2 into a 6 with this skill. I have the 6 and a 4, which I can cover up here. This 5 can cover up. Oh, I need another 4. I need. Oh, gross. I can use this 3 and a 4 to cover up here. I might change that later. I put a 5 here. I have this 5 here. That's a just horrendous roll. This 5 here. This 3 here. Okay, we're good. It worked. It worked. All right, great. So we got this skill added to the fray. Still not loving where I'm at. I'm going to take 2 more time. Gives me a damage to open up this room. Before the encounter, convert 1 item to an XP. Nope. No, thank you. I appreciate the offer. I think you are a wonderful, a wonderful wraith, but you are not the wraith who has my best interest in mind. So we're not going to do that. I'm going to spend 2 more time to look at this last one. Oh, that could be nice. That could be nice. That could be nice. Problem is, if I take another damage, I'm really cutting it. Yeah, increase up to 4 your dice by 1 each. I mean, you're essentially turning like a crappy yellow. I don't think it's worth it. So I'm gonna flee. We're gonna enter the final dungeon. So it was a spiked log. I could have taken a damage to do the top, which I probably could have done, but then I'm getting ability to spend a yellow die. I already have ability to spend a lot of yellow dice. I'm not gonna have that many crappy yellow dice. I mean, unless I roll 4 ones. So yeah, I think this is another pretty emphatic losing effort the way this is playing out. I just don't think I got strong enough as the archer, which is pretty wild, man. This build is rough. All right, unless I roll really well with the blue dice, but I mean I'm gonna need to roll like 6, 6, 4 like every turn. So 3 blue dice, 4 yellow dice, 4 um, pink dice. I was really just hoping for another opportunity to get another blue die, if nothing else. That could have been really helpful for how this is playing out. But yeah, I'm just a little potion shy. Like, just don't see how this comes together. But that's my dice pool. Here we go. Da, da, da. What's up? What's up, Mike? Happy Friday. I'm super late to the party today. Overkill is the best kind of kill. Hi, Mike. This is try number 3, I think, so definitely not late. I said just what I'm hearing is the game is going spectacularly. Greg, hopefully you're feeling better. I was, and then I started playing this. No, this has been fun. Greg, hopefully you're feeling better today. He was for a while, then this game happened. Sajid beat me to my own jokes. That's bad. He should have skipped the spikes. You should push if you think you can get a potion. What are the chances of rolling 4 ones? Watch him roll 4 ones now. I would never roll 4 ones, specifically with the yellow dice, right? Like that would be amazing. All right, here we go. I rolled 1, 1, 1. Sorry, guys. I know you're super disappointed. Oh, what did I need with the blue? 6, 6, 4. Speaking into existence. This roll's got some potential. I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. All right, I'm going to this what is this 2 going to do for me? Nothing. What could 2 do for you? Nothing. Nothing. All right, I'm going to spend those 2 dice to roll a yellow and a hero die. Oh, a 6 and a 5. Oh, baby, now we're talking. All right. Uh So you're saying there's a chance. Not a huge one, but it's definitely one. So I've already used this skill. I can turn this. If I can do 3 damage, I still have this skill, which I have to figure out, but ultimately I think this is going here, this is going here, because I'm trying to get greedy. I'm not sure that's going to work. If I gain a yellow 6, what does that do for me? And what's the best way to gain it? I think the best way to gain it is to turn this into a heroic 1, because the pink dice are otherwise useful, and then this becomes a yellow 6. But then I'm gonna get smushed there. Think this through, Greg. If I do this, 6, 6, 4 is the math is too good for that. So I have to do this and then this. Six. That's 11. Oh yeah, turn this into a heroic 1. I turned that into a heroic 1, and then I used this to get a yellow 6. So that's 17. And like literally I'm just stuck with this heroic 4. I don't think there's a better use for that. But I only take 1 damage. That was a big roll. Oh, and I prevent 1 damage in each boss round. Oh, that's freaking amazing. So I take no damage and I do 2 damage to the dragon. Boop! We're getting there. The boop is important. You gotta let the dragon know who's boss. And the the best way to do that is to say boop. Do. Look at him get all giddy. It is getting to him. Mage Knight CGI has really come a long way. I froze on my end. Did I say green? I probably said green. I froze on my end. I just want to make sure I'm still working on your end. Or are you guys seeing me frozen? All right, no, we're good. All right, let me get the heck out of here. And just make sure this is all still working. And making sure I didn't accidentally move the screen like I've done once before. AV still K, the mighty boop. The mighty boop. That is right. All right, we're going in for a mighty boop. Take 2. Let's make this happen, kids. All right. This would be a very fun way to pull off. I mean, it's going to be a very fun way to not pull it off too. No, that's not true. So 2 black dice, 4 yellow, 4 pink, and 3 blues. I would like another. What did I do? I just flung a die over here, I think. So what math? I should have 13 dice on my hand. 5, 10, 13. All right. I would like another 664. Q Long, what's up, sir? Sagitt says, I mean, okay, in a tech sense, and Mike Owens looks good still. Excellent. Come on, 664. Oh, that's a lot worse. I rolled a 113 with my yellows. How's that? That's good, right? It's great. Ding. This is a worse roll. This would be what we would call worse. In the industry, we call this worse. Not enough 6s. So, okay, I'm going to spend this yellow thing to get a yellow 6. No, I lied. I'm going to spend these 2 yellow 1s to get a yellow and a black. A 5 and a 2. Well, you know. Oh, man. I'm not gonna survive this. This is really bad. Yeah, maybe I should have done the increased each thing by 1 would have been helpful. I would have had so much more damage though. But I didn't want to put myself in a place where I couldn't take 4 damage at least once. But I guess I prevent 1 damage. I forgot to do that last game, by the way, but it obviously would not have mattered. God, what a bad roll that was. I can't make this work. I don't think. All right, I'm going to turn this into a heroic 2. We're going to use that heroic 2 to get a yellow 6, which is my only 6. Ugh. Woof. If I have to do the shields first. So shield 1, shield 2. 17. That's 11 and 17. That's 10. Oh man, I can't even get the 16. You gotta be freaking kidding me. Arr. That's a lot of it's a lot of bad. Lot bad. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I mean, I turned two pink twos into a yellow six. That's obviously the right move. Um, yeah, there's no way around that. I don't. These rolls are just so bad. This roll was the antithesis of the last roll. It's like, how can you get two very different rolls? Here's how. Yeah, I think I'm dead. I can't. I keep doing the math. It's still 15. I can't change it. I mean, had I had this, I bump everything by one, but it would cost me a yellow die, and that's what was like kind of. But if I take out this black two, which I can use for a yellow, I bump everything else up by one. That helps, kinda. Um, but it's still so dice inefficient. Like I never even got another blue up there, which I was really hoping to get in that final round. Yeah, I would do no damage to it. I mean, it's crazy to me that I can't even get 16. There's just nothing. Yeah, it's funny, man. Like this is a hard build. You're just the extra cards you're going through to use Eagle Eye is really, you're only preventing like one skill or one item every time you go through the deck, but like that's a huge difference in this game. I mean, one extra die can go a long way when you get to these end game battles. And clearly I just was not able to get up to where I need to get to. I mean, you have to get to level 4. I don't see a way that that works if you don't get to level 4. It is cool if you start getting more potions. I just don't know how that strategy really comes together. I don't think there's enough time, especially not with the archer. So ultimately, I mean, I'd be looking at taking 7 damage. I literally cannot prevent 7 damage. I mean, hmm. Yeah, woof. I rolled 4 pink dice, and I rolled a 6-3-2-2. If one of those twos is a 5, that really helps. Because then I have this magic die floating around. But the 2-2 was just a non-starter. 6-5. Yeah, it's not there. It is not there, kids. So that was disappointing, but it was fun the first round. Come on. Different. Oh, that's a much better roll. Kind of. I'd still get slobbered. Wow, clobbered by that. Yeah, a roll like that, I think has some play. Because I have the 6, 5, 6 from here. I killed it on the pink. I could turn these 2 into a heroic 1. I could turn that heroic 1 into a yellow 6. Then we have 11, 18 here. We close that off. And then I would take 4 damage instead of 5 because I'm magic. But yeah, that's still rough. I mean, I could spend those 2 to get a yellow and a black. I don't know if it. Yeah, it doesn't do any. I mean, I could try to get a black 6. But yeah, I can't even put a black 6 there. Yeah, it wouldn't matter because you can't put hero dice on those things. So yeah, I just never got I really just never got my magic up where it needed to be. Having just I was hoping to get another like that would have been a good card for me. Just something where I can get that one more magic set. I think would really have gone a super long way in making this somewhat viable. Because even if I'm only if I'm not covering if I'm covering these because you have to cover the top two. If I'm covering those three, I mean I'm only taking 2 damage around, so it just becomes more of like a boxing match back and forth where with the archer because I'm preventing 1 damage a turn, so I can see the strength in there, but I didn't have enough good things come together for me in that final round. It didn't help that the very first thing I went up against, I think I went through like 20 cards by the time I was taking my second turn, and that just wasn't good. Um, Looks good still, says Mike Owens. We're close to 4-1s, halfway there. You must have angered the dice rolling gods at some point in life to have the luck that you do sometimes. If you have ever wondered what death sounds like, here you go. Well, got a bell. I will let you do the honors. Has been fun as always. Have a good one, Saget. And Mike Maze Knight 84 says, "What's the last skill?" You mean on my I have kiting, crushing blow, and persistence, where I could spend 2 yellow dice or 2 yellow and/or heroic dice to get a yellow to roll a yellow and a yellow die and a heroic die. So you're basically trying to just you're gambling that you're gonna if you roll 2 crappy yellows, you're just giving yourself another chance to basically get a reroll. But if you're like me, you roll a 1 and a 2, and then a 6 and a 2, which would have been better. But if you have a lot of yellow dice, right, and it's like, all right, well, I don't need all these yellows. Let me get a black die. Great, now I have a black 4, and I get a rebate of 1 yellow die back. So it's a pretty good skill. I liked where I was at. I liked going into that last rotation where I was like, all right, if I really liked my stats, I think getting the 4/4, but just not getting that extra either a really good spell that helped with magic dice or getting an extra magic stat. I had 3 opportunities and just none of them were what I needed, unfortunately. And it was just like, well, and then I get the Wraith who was like, oh, you have to turn one of your items into experience. I mean, that's like, no, that's not going to help me at this point in the game. But the Dragon School will be back. Maybe we'll go against the dragon again. Maybe we'll move on to the Yeti and the Hydra. The Hydra's rough, man. That's crazy. 1 extra time at the start of each turn, like woof. And then a poison aura. That's bananas. Yeah, I've beaten the Yeti. I haven't really explored the Hydra, the Lick or the Like or whatever, or the Minotaur much yet. And yeah, I do think the other heroines, I should say, are a bit stronger for what they do. Mist I haven't played at all, but I've that archer, that heroic feat is something I'm gonna have to play with off camera and see if I can make it work. So, John Ellison, what's your overall assessment of the game? Will you be getting into the table more? Yeah, I like it, man. I mean, as I said at the very beginning, like I'm really like digging, some of these small box options. I think I learned so many new games, so there is something specifically for what I'm doing that's nice to have a game that's a little bit easier to learn, a little easier to table, a little shorter playtime, a little lighter on the rules, and I think that's great. When it's done well, I think this is done really well. I mean, you look, it's gonna be swingy. You're gonna lose at times. This is the first time I've lost this game 3 times in a row, and that's hilarious. And of course, it happened on camera, and that makes me. I'm kind of glad it did. It's like one of those things. But yeah, normally, like like if you're my experience off camera is I was, getting to the point where I was expecting to win more than I was losing. That could have just been a small sample size, and again, I was playing with different heroines who I feel whose stats are. I mean, the warrior starts with 4 yellow dice, right? Um, there's a lot of strength there. You just got to beef up that magic. The rogue starts with 4 pink dice. I think anything that starts with 4 of one dice color, like they're gonna have a built-in advantage. The mage, plus their feats don't require the spending of time like the archer does. I mean, the warrior can store heroic dice whenever she takes damage. The mage can store yellow dice every time they explore or flee. So you're just getting the dice almost passively, where that ability, I mean, yeah, you get to roll and like discard one, so you can probably get more efficient use out of your hero dice, but that's a really rough ability. The rogue is more like gambly, where you can roll one or two, but if you roll a one, you take a damage and lose 3 time. But you're still spending less time, assuming the odds work themselves out. Normally, you're spending less time using that ability than you ever would be using the archer ability. So that's a really interesting ability. I like it. I like the flavor of it. It's a little tricky. Um, so I just think she's harder. But yeah, I really like this game. I think it's it's one of those games. I'm not eager to go out and buy all the expansions, and yeah, I think there was a recent Kickstarter where it just had it set in a different universe. I think what it does very well. It knows what it is, and I think I like the variety, and it's gonna be right there with like Friday and Lost Expedition and One Deck Dungeon. I mean, this game, we'll see how it kind of. I am gonna throw it into the top 10 because I haven't filmed that yet. So we'll have 76 games included on that, but it will be considered in the top 30 for sure. So, um, is this regular version of Mesa says this is the regular version of the Forest of Shadows? This is just the base. I don't have any of the expansions. Q Long says it's one of the fast solo ones. Mike Owens says I considered buying this game a month or so ago and decided on Tiny Epic Dungeons instead. This looks pretty fun though. It's only fitting that it happened on camera. Go Team Manticore, says Q. Yeah, I Tiny Epic Dungeons. Intrigued by. I was more intrigued by this one, and again, I can't remember if it was a mass trade or a marketplace. I mean, I got it for pretty cheap at PAX Unplugged, and I'm very glad I did. And if you're just undecided on picking up the physical one up, the digital version does not. The digital version does give a good flavor of it. No, that's great. Thanks for the tip, Q, for others. I really do love that. I don't do physical digital versions, but I love that they exist because it just gives people a chance to test out these games and makes the rules overhead a lot easier because the computer is doing a good implementation. They're usually doing a lot of that for you, so that's really nice. Forest of Shadows is its own version, not really an expansion. Yeah, that's what I meant. I just haven't, because I know there's like a second standalone too. That I think just Kickstarted or something. So this is the only standalone I own. Um, Maybe I'll pick up the other ones at some point. It kind of like it's fun. I think for what this game is like Jose, I really I went out and I guess Joey got me Swords of the Coin and Outriders. So like sometimes when you have like two or three different versions of the same game, I'm just like, they do the same thing. I'm not sure what. I mean, I've looked at reviews of Forest of Shadows, and I'm not sure it does enough different that I would really want it. But I'm definitely intrigued, and if when I'm done exploring this, when I've defeated all these dudes, maybe when I do the campaign, it would be worth considering to get more content for this gaming system. I mean, it's good. It's really good. So I like it a lot. Nothing beats physical dice rolling, though. Yeah, I mean, it's nice to check some dice for sure. These are super tiny dice. I understand why they're tiny. So, and they're will they still feel like solid? Some games that you get these tiny dice and these have a little bit of weight to them still, even though they're pretty undersized. So they don't bother me as much as some games. Yeah, it's on an iPhone app too. When I have time to kill on transit, says Q. Cool. Well, this has been real. Glad we did not try to do the doubleheader today, considering I did a 3-hour stream of One Deck Dungeon. But I'll be back next week. I got 6 playthroughs planned next week. I gotta film my top 10. We're gonna get that on the channel. That's gonna be super awesome. Super excited. Again, nothing the week following, so tons of content next week. And these are long games. And we got Spirit Ad, then we got Set a Watch, we got Uprising. We probably have too many bones if I can get that together. So we're gonna have some really cool things for next week. So stay tuned for that. Mike Owens says hard agree. I play too many bones with friends on TTS, and nothing beats chucking them physically. Yeah, no doubt. But any questions, comments, opinions? epiphanies, put them in the comment section below. I did just put out May's public post on my Patreon page, so if you're interested to see what titles you can expect to see in the upcoming weeks and months, years, in probably a couple of cases at least, go on my Patreon page, link in the description below, and check that out. Other than that, thank you so much for joining me. This chat was super fun and exciting. Too many names to even try to mention, so I will not be scrolling back through that. But thank you for making this as fun as you do. Everybody who joins in with the comments and whatnot. And that's it. Have a great weekend, everybody. And until next time, happy gaming.